This is the M Zone.
And welcome to the M Zone. Jamie Morris, Matt the Hitman Missler.
Can I get
the
a
best
shot?
guy in the Bizzler.
Yeah.
And Larry Lee, he's traveling back east on his way for the memorial of Ken Easley, former safety for the UCLA, as well as the Seattle Seahawks.
The Seattle Super Chickens.
Hopefully they have a good game, for this week for Kenny, and that goes well. Well, it is almost over, Miz.
What?
Almost over.
What's that?
Come on, man. The portal's closing.
Oh, that.
My God, aren't you? I'm the guy holding the door open for the kids to get in. Get in now.
Sit down and shut up.
Oh, my God, Miz. In 2 weeks, no less than 7,300 kids entered the transfer portal. And if you're getting kids now coming back, and I'm not, this is to no one, but if they're coming back now, that means they haven't moved. And teams are bringing them back, which is good, but that means they're not getting that big bag. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I mean, you know as well as I. I mean, and the price has risen. I mean, the whole purpose of the transfer portal, as well as NIL, was to make a couple $100, to make $1,000, to make not millions, not millions, but that's what it's become now.
Yeah, the Wild we've said this many times that the Wild West is very apparent in what's going on.
I mean, it's not the price tag of a returning quarterback has moved from into the $3 million to $5 million range, Miz.
It's a lot of money.
I mean, and that just adds to the pressure. I mean, people aren't gonna. You remember the good old days? I used to say we ain't getting on the players. We getting on these coaches. Nowadays, do we get on the players? Do you say you're not playing at the level of how you're being paid? Is that the new thing?
I
mean, they're still kids. The way I look at it, they're still kids.
Yeah, they are.
But I mean, now you're held to a standard because you're making a whole lot of money. You're that guy for that team. I mean, and yet everybody's still looking at the portal, trying to see who else is there, who else they can get, do what they need to do. I mean, I thought I'd come on and talk about this just a little bit because we didn't address it. Didn't want to really address it, but it's there. It's glaring.
It really is.
I mean, I'd be a fool to say that Michigan didn't participate in the transfer portal. Hell, they didn't. You better get yours before somebody else get them. Go get yours that you want, get back. Because I'm going to say this. A lot of kids go in to see what their values are.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of kids go in to get their value that they think they are. A lot of kids just want to see what it's like to be inside the transfer portal. And then there's the guys that have sports agents now. I guess I could say that too now. Representation, as they call it.
Is that what they're calling it now?
Representation. I got a guy. It does. You could be an agent, Miz. Anybody can be an agent. I'm just saying, all you got to do is put on under your name, agent.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, there's no test that people have to take, like in the NFL or the NBA. I mean, there's nothing to prove that this person knows what he or she is doing. I mean, Uncle Louie could be. Hey, Uncle Luke could have been an agent at one time.
He probably was. We just didn't know.
I mean, yeah, I'll put it past him. I mean, but yeah, I mean, and so I say this, and I asked, we talked about this a little bit, you and I did. Has it, remember we used to have Clemson and Alabama in the national championship every damn year?
It felt that way, yeah.
Every damn year.
Yeah.
I mean, we were like, what the hell's going on? And the SEC was thriving. Everybody's going, oh my God, they're the greatest. They're the greatest. Now, NIL's cancel all that. Put that in the back of the truck. I think there hasn't been a SEC school in the championship in 3 years. That's about the same time as the NIL. I'm just saying, bro.
No, you're true.
Just saying. I mean, and then you got Texas and Texas A&M. They're the big Texas school. Not anymore. Texas Tech.
Texas Tech has gotten bigger. Texas A&M is moving up the polls in terms of their NIL. But then again, if you think about it, I mean, I've said this once, and I've waited for you to finish your sip, so I'll wait for you.
No, go ahead, bro.
No, because what I'm going to say is going to make you laugh. I didn't even have to say. I didn't have to say the whole thing.
Thank you.
But Texas A&M, it's easy to get a bunch of money when your whole university is based around a cult. I told you. Oh, hold on a second.
It's a cult.
There we go.
It's a cult.
It's a cult. You find me a university outside of Texas A&M that shows up at their football field at midnight,
Right.
and have a couple of dudes that are trying to get you riled up and to do the swag surfing at midnight on the Friday, the midnight before a game.
But do you agree this is a military school too, and they beat to a different drum? You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's fine, but don't you got to be in the barracks by by 2100?
Yes, but I mean,
why are you being out of the barracks after 2100?
Because they mandated it. Maybe they mandated it, and we want you to get together and do that thing you do, and all of those things. They teach them all of that stuff.
Rah, A&M, rah. Can't score touchdowns. Rah.
I'm just saying.
Miami whipped our ass. Rah. But we beat Texas. Horns down. Rah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I just went there and I don't care.
You. Hey.
Oh, no, wait. I got it wrong. We even got our butt whipped by Texas. Rah.
Yeah, Arch got him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Arch got Michigan too. Arch got a lot of people. He did. I mean, he you know what?
You know what he didn't get, though? He ain't got no national title, though.
Not yet.
He ain't got no national title.
Not yet. He coming back, though. Yeah,
well, we'll see. We'll see if it does any better, But yeah, I mean, you're exactly right. The whole NIL thing and transfer portal stuff, if you think about it,
it's hurt. It's hurt the South. Well,
no, actually, it's kind of also helped the South to a degree because the one talk is one of the big offensive linemen from Colorado has hit the transfer portal.
Right.
He was he was just like Bryce in terms of being a 5-star plus guy, which. Why don't you just go 5.5 or 6-star guy? Like, let's just go ahead and forget the plus. Go 5.5 or 6. I don't know. Go Meltzer scale. I don't care. But he was that dude that came to Colorado with Coach Prime. He's in the portal. And they're saying that the talk is down in Austin is that, hey, if this cat comes to town, this national title a bust. Like, this is going to be the anchor of our offensive line. So here's my thing is that, hey, if I'm Arch Manning, I probably would have thought, you know what? That NFL draft's looking pretty good. I could make a cool $25 million.
He could. You're right. I didn't even think about that. He could get into the draft right now
by putting my name in,
right,
and suiting up for the New York Jets. Sure, I might get beat up, but damn, I got $25 million per, and then when my offensive line, completely boo-boos the bed, because that is a New York Jets thing, just offensive line and quarterbacks. They just don't go together. Don't believe me? Ask Mark Sanchez prior to his prison sentence. That, hey, if I get the big old concuss, guess what? I got health insurance through the NFLPA.
Right.
I ain't got to worry about it. I got a backup plan. Plus, I'm pretty sure I could talk to Uncle Peyton and Uncle Eli that if I end my career sooner than later, I could probably be on the Manning cast for Monday Night Football.
Sure, he's a good-looking young man. He come on, he could get the girls to watch.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody likes the dad bod guys. I mean, they'll love that young man.
No, moms, on the other hand, they love dad bods. I don't have one, but I'm just saying. But all I'm saying is this, is that, yeah, the transfer portal is just turning, I mean, let's just call it what it is. It's an overglorified free agency.
No, it is a free agency. Look, I get it. Long overdue, but it needed some damn rules.
It still does. Yeah.
My God, you
like, I mean, don't get me wrong.
And now I read this thing about them saying it needs to change and we need to have the federal government do this and do that. No. You had your shot. You had your opportunity.
Yep.
You blew it. You had a shot and you blew it. And now you're going to try to blow this one up. You're going to try to blow this up. I mean, look, it should be coming. They should have a collective bargaining agreement coming with the university and the student athletes.
Yeah, I agree.
And I don't care what everybody says and all of that. They bring that money. It's mainly football and basketball. Okay?
Yeah.
Mainly those two sports. But it's all the athletes. And you should make sure they are taken care of. And I don't want to hear $20.5 million. That's not enough. We all know it's not enough. It wasn't enough when you started that crap.
Right.
It wasn't enough. Maybe you should have said $55 million. I mean, was a good number. It works.
Yeah.
I mean, look.
I guess the real question though, too, because I've been thinking and debating this for a while now. I have a quote unquote salary cap.
Sure. I like the salary cap.
Yeah. Don't make this all willy-nilly like hey, do you got the most popular or the most lucrative alumni or lucrative super fans that can will out billions of dollars? That's one thing. But what about you got the haves and the have-nots? What about the have-nots? What about schools like, I don't want to say BYU because I think BYU,
they're giving out money now. They got the cookie crumble guy giving out money.
Exactly. So I'm kind of thinking, pulling up Mississippi State.
Okay.
What about a Mississippi State?
Do that. Right.
What about a Wisconsin?
Mm-hmm.
What about a Minnesota?
Right.
What about I'm sorry to say this, but what about a Rutgers?
Yeah. It's true. All true.
Like, you need to have something along the board here. You run out. Hey, you finish up. Hey, you use up all that cap. Guess what?
The problem is they've been cheating down south. They've been cheating all their lives.
Yeah.
And they said, oh, it's legal now. You forgot that these fancy universities in the Midwest, that everybody, if you don't get into the Ivy Leagues, people go out there. Rich people go out there and make these universities. And you forgot about all these universities that got these rich people that went to school there.
Yep.
And their kids are going to school there and they're different things. So when you want it, hey, remember, big bank take little bank anytime.
Every single time.
And that's what I'm saying. You were taking your little banks and going, oh yeah, we got money. We want you on our team. We love you. Now it's legal. Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy world we live in now.
It's crazy. And now somehow those agents or those representation of people came up with the wonderful idea. We don't just want the $20.5 million. We also want the donor money too. So we got to compensate for that. So that's called third income. You know what I'm saying? Go make more money, more money, more money. That's how it loads down now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is not, it doesn't take a genius. It just takes people who love their university, who wants to see their team win each and every Saturday.
Agreed.
And that's the problem, because you got everybody involved. Everybody's involved now. So you're not getting those players, Alabama. You're not getting those players, Georgia. You're not getting those players, Texas. Everybody's getting those players. Everybody. And you do need to do contracts.
Yeah.
Contracts need to be concrete. If you make a deal with the University of Michigan or any university and you sign on the dotted line, you're beholden to that contract.
Yeah. I like what Strike's saying. Strike's on 24 said on YouTube. He said they need to make these contracts binding at least for 2 years.
Yeah.
Killing the joy of the college game. It's exactly right. Because, I mean, that was the big thing. Like, it's not just a football thing either.
No.
I saw this firsthand last year with the women's team, because you had the freshman phenoms come in Silas Swords, Olivia Olson, I believe Tiala Del Foss, and Mila Holloway. I know they don't move I know women's basketball does not move the needle.
I'm not saying anything about that, but they're Canadian.
Well, one is, yeah.
Right. And you can't get money to them. Somehow you've got to be able to move money to those players, make them part. You sign that contract, you're a part of it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You are a part of it. And it should be part of your whatchamacallit too.
But what I was getting at is, because we've been seeing this on social media, for the past couple of weeks now.
Yes.
Of hashtag LFG 147.
You know what that means, right?
Yeah, let's freaking go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tom Brady-esque.
Yeah, I mean the F is more of a word that cannot be said
whatever
on
word.
these
Yeah,
airwaves.
whatever word you want to use for it.
Let's fornicate go. But we had, like, when you see this with freshmen, especially guys that started,
right?
Andrew Marsh is a prime example,
right?
Bryce is another prime example, but we saw the same thing with the four that I mentioned on the women's side: Sila, Olivia, Mila, and Tiala. Like, those four. Like, when you find out after the first year and you're sitting back and you finish the season, you're like, man, that was a great ride of a season. I can't wait to next year. But then you go into that off season and you're going, oh, are they coming back? Are we going to see Silas Swords number? Are we going to see Silas 12 come back? Are we going to is Liv coming back? What's going on? Like, that part is more problematic to me, not just as a fan, but as someone that works in media and talks about it, because now you're sitting on pins and needles going, okay, is Andrew Marsh coming back?
Right.
Is Bryce Underwood coming back? Is insert other player here coming back? And you don't know until sporadically throughout, like, these past few weeks, where you're seeing, Nichols, LFG 147, Trey Pierce, LFG 147. Like, I was under the impression you were still here because your name never showed up, never said anything about.
Hey, they never said anything.
Because you always see. You always see. Insert name here is entered into the transfer portal.
But see, it's okay. You've seen scary movies, right?
Well, yeah.
You ever see the black people in scary movies?
Do you want me to get myself in trouble right now?
Just say yes. I've seen black people in scary movies.
Yes, I've seen black people in scary movies.
So
Jamie,
when people are running, and we could start it. We could start it too. I'll go outside and start it right now.
You're gonna get me.
We go out there and you start running. They'll just join in and run with you. What we running for? Well, I thought you knew. So, everybody jumped into the portal around here. I'm going to say this. They jumped into the portal because everybody else jumped into the portal.
Right.
They thought, I thought Bryce was in the portal. Yeah, okay. I mean, okay. I thought this guy was in the portal. I thought this guy was in. I thought you was in the portal. No, I thought you was in the portal. It all started. Everybody got into the portal, but they didn't get into the portal.
Yeah, you're right.
They weren't in the portal. Nobody was in the portal.
Yeah, E-Boogie even said it pretty accurately in Facebook. You have no idea who's going to be playing on these teams on a year-by-year basis. And that's why you said it. I mean, that we're now in a collegiate sense of professional sports. This is amateurism, and it's fine.
It is. It is. As long as you keep the names that people know and you keep the people around you. I mean, I'm going to give Michigan a B+. B, A-, because they kept the nucleus of the team. They knew guys were going to go in the portal. Everybody got a little sweet taste. I ain't going to lie. They got paid. They got paid.
Yep.
But they came back in kind of quick. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
They came in from the cold. Now you're seeing people coming in now. Hey, we was out there for a while. We was talking. We were negotiating. Didn't work. We're coming back in. Mm-hmm. Now everybody's coming back. You're trying to get back with that team or a team that will have you.
Yeah.
That's what you're trying to do.
And I think that's the reason why, like, the whole, like, how this year seems even more like head scratching of things. Like, I get it. Like, a lot of times when a kid commits to Michigan, they commit based on that coach.
Right.
So I understood when some of the kids, whether they're the incoming class or the guys that were part of the team right now, that they hopped in the transfer portal because I came here for Sherrod Moore, or I came here because of Ron Bellamy, or whatever it may be. But the ones that I don't know, it just seems like this is the craziest year that we have had in terms of transfer portal ever.
Well, they changed the whole transfer portal around. Remember?
Yeah.
You used to do it right in October, or not October.
Right after,
early on,
right around the spring game.
Right. And then they give you that transfer portal. Then you get another one. But then they closed one down. Remember, the coaches wanted to close one down.
Yeah.
And they did. Stupidest thing you did, but they did. They didn't anticipate as many kids coming out. They could hold on to them. We sold them on us. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna stay with us. No.
Right.
They left in hordes. They left everybody.
Right.
Now, how you gonna get them all back in?
That's the $1 million question, literally and figuratively.
And if you want to be a son of a gun, which a lot of people are, but you want to be a son of a gun, well, you left.
Yeah.
No, we don't need you. You left.
Yeah.
Well, everybody was doing it. Well, you shouldn't have done it. Why were you doing it?
It's almost like you can hear your parents in the back of your mind saying, well, if your buddies told you to jump off a bridge, would you do that too?
Right. And I get it.
Because you just did that, apparently.
I mean, I get it. Here's the thing. Everybody's Kurt Finetti'd out. He did he's done a great job at Indiana.
That's why he could be a great head coach in the NFL.
No, and think about what Kurt Signetti did. He brought all of those James Madison guys there.
Yep.
Those Indiana guys had to be replaced. Where'd they go? Some of them went other places, but some of them they got it's the terrible truth. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
No, you're right.
You got to replace those guys with the guys you trust that you came in with and you expected to work with and everything like that. It just doesn't happen overnight. Everybody, Kurt Finetti, look what Kurt Finetti did. Yeah, he got rid of a lot of guys. He got rid of a lot of players from that team.
Yeah.
And don't give me, I don't care. No, Kurt Finetti didn't care. Because he was there to win. That's what he wanted to do. I win, and I want to win at this level too. And this is how I did it. Exactly.
Yeah. That's about it, really. I mean, it just Just crazy time right now.
I mean,
Crazy time of the year.
everybody, is this the greatest ever thing that you saw? I mean, Miami's got a story too.
Yeah.
How they began. I mean, it started with Howard Schnellenberger. Who? A coach.
Go back to the podcast from a couple days back.
Exactly. But I'm just saying, a coach who came in when Miami was 21 and 34 over the those 4 years. They were talking about shutting that athletic department down.
Yeah.
Schnellenberger came in, and in 4 years, they won a national championship.
Watch that 30 for 30.
Exactly.
Details everything about that whole story.
Look, everybody's got a story.
Yeah.
Everybody's got a story. I'm sorry. I get it. And his story is the most prevalent right now because it's in an exciting time, the NIL time. But I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say this. I could be wrong, but I'm not. I don't think so. It's not sustainable. We've got to figure it out, or the thing that you like, which is college football, is going to blow up in everybody's face. I guarantee you, this cannot be every year. It can't happen every year. You lose 7,000 people into the portal every year?
Uh-huh. And not all of them come back out.
Right.
They just end their college career or something. Or they graduate and they go play in NFL Europe.
It's just crazy. And you know, everybody's saying, look, and we're going to have a talk about how you win these games, how Miami can win the game and how Indiana can win this game. Miami's at home.
Mm-hmm.
So there's pressure on their throat.
Yeah.
There is pressure on their throat. They're at home.
Yeah, they're in their own. They get to go sleep in their own beds. They get the only difference is they probably don't have their same locker room.
Right.
That's probably the only difference.
Probably not,
because they're considered the road team because they're the lower seed.
I'm sure Kurt Fernetti will give them if they have a locker room. I'm sure he'd give it.
Am I going to have to hit that button again?
I'm just saying.
I'm going to have to hit that button again.
You sure about that? I'm pretty sure.
You sure about that?
I'm pretty damn sure.
You better Google him because...
You sure about that? I'm
sure.
I am sure. Because they actually have their own locker room in that Gardens. So why wouldn't they get their own Gardens? All I'm going to say is that Miami can win this game. They're going to have to get after Indiana. They're going to have to get after that quarterback. Take him off. He's got to be looking over his shoulder from the first play to the end of the game. Got to be looking around, running around, you got to take him off of his spots but this kid, you can't unnerve him for some reason. And do you guys remember last year, California versus Miami? Miami was undefeated.
That was a beauty.
And California should have won. Do you remember who the quarterback was?
Yeah, I do.
Who was it?
That quarterback for Indiana.
Exactly. This kid is playing, he lights out. So you got to shut him down. And that's not easy to do. And they got five, the running backs, got two running backs that they just pound you day in and day out.
Yeah.
You're talking about you got to get after the quarterback and you got to stop the run.
Well, the big thing too is trying to be able to penetrate that offensive line.
Right. Which I keep telling everyone, that offensive line is the hero. That is the hero of this team.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. And that defensive line and the linebackers love the way they play.
Just look back at that game against Oregon. At the Peach Bowl.
Michigan, Ohio State, Alabama.
Yeah.
Look at them. They don't care who they play and where they play.
Don't matter.
It doesn't. Now them.
I'm happy.
You're so funny.
That's his happy face. You want to see his shocked face? That's a shocked face.
That's his shocked face.
You want to see his?
That's because he gets all the work done in practice. He gets all the work done in practice.
Now I'm Kurt Signetti, very concerned. I'm fearful now. I'm watching a scary movie.
Look, there's got to be. You got to be emotional, but you got to bring your game, your A game. This is the game of your life. This is the game that you're trying to play for. And you know what? It's number 1 versus number 10.
Uh-huh.
I mean, think about it.
Yeah.
If number 10 wins, that's an upset, and that's great. And they want, but all the answers have come from, they got to play at home. They had a home game. That doesn't work. Indiana had to travel all the way down to Miami and play that home team. They played in their stadium. I get it.
They also had to travel to Atlanta to play Oregon.
Right.
They also had to travel to the Rose Bowl.
Exactly.
They had to travel for a lot of games. They had to travel to Happy Valley to beat Penn State and get by there. They had to travel out to UCLA. Like, I don't want to hear the excuses are irrelevant at this point, really.
Dude, look, these two teams are going to get after one another. I don't know how long Miami can sustain, but I know how long Indiana can sustain because I've seen it.
Yeah.
Week in and week out. It's going to be interesting how Miami plays. And look, Miami's kind of beat up. They had some beat up guys. Maybe they got healthy. I'm hoping they got healthy.
Yeah,
hoping.
I hope so too.
And Carson Beck. You want to talk about stories? Look at Carson Beck. I mean, he played on a national championship team, was a backup, but Stetson Bennett was the quarterback that won that championship. I mean, that's the guy. And then Carson Beck gets hurt. He hurts the elbow. He leaves, goes to Miami. That's a happy story if he can get it done.
That's about it. Don't get your car stolen. Don't get it stolen.
Anyway, look, all I know is in a couple hours, there's going to be some lost young ones in the portal, still waiting.
Yep.
Waiting for that team. Not no bags anymore. Ain't no bags available.
No McDonald's Happy Meal.
No. Hey, Tennessee, how you doing? You know what? We got to go to a break. We got our man Kevin Fitzsimons coming on the other side, the president of the U of M Club of Ann Arbor.
All rise.
And we have some fun with Kev. Hear what he has to say. Can't wait to hear which coach came in and speak today. I mean, this week. So you're listening to the M Zone on the Big 1050.
This is the M Zone.
And welcome back to the M Zone. Jamie Morris, Matt the Hitman Missler. Hey, who's joining us? All hail the president of the U of M Club of Ann Arbor. What's up, Kevin?
Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate that, Jamie. Doing great. And, we have the U of M Club of Ann Arbor back in full swing again. We had our second meeting of this year this past Monday, and we've got a lot of exciting speakers coming up. In fact, I don't want to hesitate to talk about our next speaker coming this Monday, and John Jansen, the voice of Michigan football now, and also Michigan Insider, doing podcasts each week, and also the weekly football show on TV. John will be there to speak to the club again without the specter of media, and should be very enlightening. We've all been through the roller coaster that started in the middle of December, and I think the smoke will finally be clear once the portal closes today. So I think we know who's going to be staying with us after tonight, and John will be able to comment on the team and what's ahead, as well as the things that he's aware of in terms of his involvement with the team. So it's a really, really deep, behind the curtain look at the team and the staff. And John probably has better insight into anyone. He is officially a staff member at Michigan in the athletic department, but very passionate, wears his love of Michigan on his sleeve, has his own radio program in Detroit each morning, and was pretty vocal as he shared, the thoughts that have been shared on this station and your program, Jamie, when everything broke. But, I think all in all, it's turned out fairly well for us. The culture and the culture and the shift, I think, has been good. The staff, I think, has been solid, and retaining the coaches that we have, I think, was critical in terms of Espo and Alfred. So, we're all looking forward to hearing what John has to say, and I invite your listeners to come in and join us here on Monday. We meet each and every week at Weber's Inn at about 11 o'clock each Monday, where we'll have a coach or a speaker come on about 11 o'clock. And you don't have to be a Michigan grad to join. You just merely have to be someone that fits the profile of your listeners here, a passionate Michigan fan. And one of the tenets we have, though, is that what's said inside that room stays inside that room. There's no recording devices, no media, no posting on websites or chat rooms. So, but that's what makes our club so special, is that we have this information, access to the athletic department, and it's unique. There's no other club that has that kind of access. So your listeners can simply join by going to our website, which is uofmclubofanarbor.com. And there on the front page, there's an application. It's very simple to fill out. It's all electronic. You can join right there. The dues are only $60 for the year. And we're in a unique time of year, being that we're already in the new year. If you join now, your dues will be good not only through the balance of this year, but all the way through next year, which is the spring game luncheon that we have in 27. So it's, in terms of value, there is no better time to join than right now. You can come and hear John Jansen speak on Monday. And we also have other coaches speak. After John speaks, we'll have Ronnie Bernstein, a women's tennis coach, a legend in her own right. She's been here 18 years, has all kinds of success, reached the Final Four last year. I mean, just more excellence. That's the standard at the University of Michigan for all our athletic teams. And then coming up, we'll continue to have basketball profiles during basketball season. Kyle Church, who's an assistant, will be coming on the 2nd. Mike Boynton will be coming on the 23rd. In between, we have another legend, Red Berenson, speaking at the club on the 16th of February. And then March 9th, we'll have Tim McCormick, who does a great job as an analyst and TV, also passionate Michigan supporter, will be there on the 9th to start breaking down March Madness. So you can get all that benefit for joining now, but at the same time, be able to have all of next year paid for, again, as I mentioned, through spring of 27. And with, by and large, an entire new football staff coming on this fall, we'll be introducing these coaches to our club for the first time. And there's no better way to get to know them than coming into our club. And again, it's very simple. Just go to our website, UofMClubOfAnnArbor.com. And then on that front page, there'll be an application there. It's just a electronic application. You can pay either Apple Pay or credit card online, and then come on out and join us and hear what John has to say on Monday.
Well, that's exciting. That's exciting. And John, I mean,
that's not something you see every day.
I think that's going to be exciting. People have rarely heard anything from Coach unless you saw him on podcast or anything like that. So, Coach Witt, we get a chance to hear what John has to say about him.
Yeah, no, there's no question about it. John's very tied to the athletic department. I think he's probably got an understanding of the staff in place already, and we'll all be anxious to hear about that. Again, Coach Witt and his staff, their job has been to retain the team they have, to retain the recruits they have, and by and large, with a tumultuous turn of events, I think they've done an outstanding job. We might hear some good news tonight at the Polynesian Bowl too. Another highly regarded recruit and a two-way player from Utah. Hopefully, if the tea leaves go according to plan, he'll be coming into the fold too. So that'll all be done with by tonight, and we'll be able to hear about that from John going forward. Now we have roster certainty, it's nice to think about the future again.
Yeah, that's that'll be really nice. And we hear that Bryce is doing well now, and with the new quarterback coach and everything like that. So sounds like things are moving in the right direction. How's that hockey team? You had to go to the Notre Dame series, didn't you?
Unfortunately, I was out of town. I couldn't do that. But, I love the fact that we swept the Irish. We swept them when we played them before, and we swept them again.
Exactly.
No. In fact, yesterday, Jamie, I went to the auto show in Detroit Preview.
Nice.
And stopped off. My cousin has a great sports bar right across from Joe Louis, Tommy's Detroit Bar and Grill. It's a great sports bar. Anybody's a sports fan needs to go there. But ran into somebody that was also going to the event, and they played for Notre Dame. They played in '88 for Lou Holtz's last national championship team there, and we had a very nice discussion about the state of Notre Dame football, and they're of course backing out and playing us, and doing so like texting a girlfriend you're breaking up, handing a note at midfield the year before.
They've been doing a lot of that lately, aren't they?
Yeah. No, USC, they're opting out of that, so that's a shame because again, I think, and I think Jamie, you would say so too. I mean, the game you had down there in South Bend was incredible. I think we're really shortchanging college football in general. I think that's just a game that needs to be played every year. And I don't think we do it until 36, maybe.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
yep.
That's ridiculous. So yeah, they're going to play Michigan State again, and they say they're going to play Purdue. I mean, that's just like side fodder. They need to play the big boys if they really want to come to the table.
Well, it's it's what tradition was made. I mean, these two schools, Michigan and Notre Dame, I mean, if you know the history, they should be playing one another. I don't even care about every year. I mean, at least every other year, maybe every 3 years,
They need to play. And it was great, after I think they played for a couple of years during the war years, and then 77 they came back when Rick Leach was playing and Montana was there. And then we played every year. And
they needed us. They needed us. That's when they needed us the most. And, Bo and Canham, they shook hands with them. And we started that series all over again in 85. 85 was the start of it. So, I mean, it was incredible. And it was great up until into the 90s. It was awesome.
Yeah, I agree. And, it was supposed to be the kickoff of the college football season. It was supposed to be the first game.
Every year. Yes, you're right. You're right. Until
Notre Dame started.
Exactly.
Before that, and playing games to try to not come in. But I just think it's great when you're training and you're going into the winter training session and summer camp, just to have a big game to point to, to get your daubers up and get focused right away. And it's a shame. I hope it comes back. And that's something, as I said before, I think college football needs.
No, that would be great. I mean, look, you got to keep these rivalries alive and different things like that, because that's what college football is about. Rivalries and tough games and different things like that. I get it, but you can come up with anything to make these games that tough. I mean, they're both power 4 teams, so you give them an extra credit on points or whatever you want to do. I mean, whatever it takes, but I mean, they should be playing one another.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. And there is a component for a strength of schedule now.
Mm-hmm.
And face it, I mean, Notre Dame really screwed themselves. I mean, their 2 toughest games are the first 2 games this year, and they didn't play really anybody of note. Even Pitt, who was ranked at the time, had no business being on the field. They were really kind of a fraudulent ranked team at that time. Mortified by having a Michigan on its schedule every year.
No, agreed. I agreed. I agree. They got out of the USC battle, and where are you going to go? Where are they going to go? I mean,
yeah.
The East Coast is not going to do it. Yep.
No, I agree, Jamie. And hey, I do want to mention though, because we're very happy with all the coaches that come and speak to at our club. That this past week on Monday we had Tracy Smith from baseball speak at our club, and a terrific coach, another terrific coach. Veteran coach that's taken, one of the few coaches that's taken 3 different teams, Power 4 teams, to the NCAA tournament. He did that with his alma mater at Miami of Ohio, and he did that in Indiana, and then at Arizona State, where one of his prized pupils and number 1 overall draft pick when he was a manager there, Spencer Torkelson, signed on to play another season with the Tigers. So he actually was coming back from Las Vegas on Sunday, and he spent time with Spencer, who was out there running a camp. And Tracy's, again, very, very passionate about Michigan and about this team. He says this is the best job he's ever had.
I've had so much fun with Tracy. Tracy, he does those videos and showing you baseball, how to play baseball and everything. I've learned so much from Tracy. He's like, yeah, I'm coming on your show. He texts me, I'm gonna come on your show and give those. I'm gonna give those instructions again, Jamie. I said, I love it. You come on anytime you want.
Yeah, he's great. And then we had a second speaker from KBA's team, Kim Barzarenko's team. They had a great last week, 3 victories and ranked number 9. A first-year coach who actually was, as a former player, Danielle Roush, spoke to the club for the first time. She was an athlete here, and she handles the guards. Just a very, very impressive young lady who's going to be a great coach. Her career is just taking off. She was recruited out of Syracuse, New York, with the president being announced that day. There was kind of like a Syracuse connection. And she further to the club, which was interesting, is that her father played D3 basketball for John Beeline at Lemoyne. Which is
wow, that's awesome. That's a great get.
Yeah, that was a great connection. But so every week we have a couple of coaches, and again, besides John on Monday, Ronnie Bernstein from women's tennis will be there, and then, as I mentioned, we'll have basketball coaches throughout. Red Berenson coming, and Tim McCormick coming as well. So once again, Jamie, it's a great time for your listeners to come and join us It's a value thing at this point, at this time of the year where you join now. You're good through 27, the spring game. So we'll have a spring game coach speak to us from football. We don't know when that spring game is going to be held, but it'll usually be the Monday after when that spring game is held. And for our Michigan Man Award, which of course you're an honored and recipient of that award, and that'll conclude our season for this year, and then we'll kick it back off in August with the kickoff luncheon with Coach Witt. So still lots to take advantage of this year that you'll get the benefit of all the way through the end of next year, which would be April of 27. So go to our website. I'll repeat it again, UofMClubofAnnArbor.com. And on the front page there, you'll see a member application. Just fill that out electronically, and you can pay online with a credit card or Apple Pay, or just bring your application. You can pay on Monday. That's fine too. So we're looking forward to a very packed house for John Jansen. He'll get in there about 11:15. So I would recommend anybody who's coming to us for the first time, probably get there between 10:30 and quarter till to make sure that you have room to get situated, get a good seat. And the beauty of this is that any question you have, you just simply raise your hand and respectfully ask that, and you're always going to get a direct and honest answer from our coaches and from all our speakers. You won't have to scour any websites and or any chat rooms. I mean, you just simply raise your hand and get the answer directly from the coach or speaker. So we'd love to have more of your listeners come out. It's a great time to join. And as always, Jamie, we really appreciate the time you give the U of M Club of Ann Arbor each and every week. And, looking forward to some maybe more good news tonight at the Polynesian Bowl.
Right.
And, really looking forward to this new staff moving forward.
No, thanks. I know I got my phone working, Miz. I'm sorry. Sorry about that, Kev, about that. Well, thank you for coming on and being a part of the M Zone. As usual, we enjoy all the reports that go on Monday over at the U of M Club of Ann Arbor. That being said, we're going to go to a break because we got Austin Meeks from The Athletic on the other side. You're listening to the M Zone on the Big 1050.
This is the M Zone.
And welcome back to the M Zone. Jamie Morris, Matt the Hitman Missler, best guy in the Bizzler, and you got Austin Meeks joining us today. What's up, Austin? How you doing?
Hey, Jamie, I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good. Hey, I got to ask you, are you happy that the portal is closing today?
I am happy. I tell you what, my head was spinning last week. I could not keep up. It's my job to know who's on this team, and I couldn't have told you 5 days ago who all was on this team and who was coming back and who was leaving. And it's crazy. So I'm going to sit down over the weekend with my laptop, and I'm going to go through the whole thing and figure out, okay, who came back, who left, who'd they get. This portal window was crazy, man. It had my head spinning.
It is crazy, and it was, and you know, I guess Austin, I asked this of someone else yesterday. Winner or loser? Was this a fruitful portal for us, or was it not as good as you would imagine?
I think it was. I would put Michigan in the maybe not like the top group of the teams that did the best in the portal, but you may be in the next tier. I think better than average, I would describe it. I think there's a lot of teams that would have liked to have Michigan's portal haul, and so much of that was the number of players Michigan was able to get from Utah. I think that was really the heart of this portal class was the guys who played for Kyle Whittingham at Utah and want to play for him at Michigan. I think a lot of programs would have liked to have that pipeline to be able to go in and get as many guys as Michigan got from Utah.
Well, that was a huge get for him, particularly, the best players, probably, a number of the best players on that team. And then they get here and they can familiarize the rest of the team because you had a lot of Wolverines that came back early in the week last week and get them all together and everybody talking about what's he like and different. So it familiarized the current team here in Ann Arbor.
Yeah, that's right. I think that transition to Kyle Whittingham and his staff is going to be a lot easier because there's so many players who have played for these coaches before and can convey the expectations to the guys returning on this team and the freshmen. I do think that and the familiarity with the system, so many guys who played in this offense last year, even though the Utah transfers didn't necessarily play in this defense, a lot of the position coaches they're familiar with. So I think all of that will make this transition a whole lot smoother.
Yeah, that's going to be something special. But let's talk about this quarterback room. The quarterback room has gotten a little bit older and a little bit better. You got some guys in that quarterback room now. Yeah,
it basically everything behind Bryce Underwood in this quarterback room has turned over this offseason. I guess Bryce Underwood and Chase Herbstreit, right? Those are the two guys who are coming back in this quarterback room. Everybody else basically is new. So Michigan ended up getting the quarterback from Colorado State, Fowler Nicolosi, I believe is his name. Interesting player. He was a starter for 2 seasons, threw for a bunch of yards. He went into this season as the starter, lost the job early in the season, ended up redshirting and going in the portal. A little bit different, I think, style of quarterback than I thought Michigan might target for the backup job. I think we talked last week about, if Michigan could sign a mobile quarterback who could bring some of that quarterback run element. I don't think that's this guy. He looks to me more like a gunslinger.
Right.
He's going to throw the ball all over the yard, maybe throw a few interceptions, threw for almost 7,000 yards at Colorado State. I think he's here just because if something happens to Bryce Underwood, you've got a guy who can throw the football. I think that's his role.
But you did
and
you did get a guy from LSU though.
Yeah, I was just going to say I'm interested in Colin Hurley, the transfer from LSU. Hasn't played a snap of college football, so really a blank slate in terms of what he's going to be. but he was a 4-star prospect in the class of 2024. Looks to me to be a little more in that mold of an athletic quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a package for him that Michigan comes up with? I really don't know what to expect from him. Like I said, we haven't really seen him play at all, but an interesting prospect at least to add to that quarterback room.
Yeah, that was exciting seeing the quarterback come in. It's exciting that the running backs room is stacked really high also.
Yeah, when Michigan added Taylor Tatum from Oklahoma, you could kind of read the tea leaves and see that's probably not a move you make if you feel like Justice Haynes is coming back. So it's, as soon as Michigan added Tatum, it was starting to sort of shape up to be Jordan Marshall as your number one running back, Savion Hyder and Taylor Tatum as probably 2 and 3 in some order, and that's a pretty darn good running back room. Those are 3 very talented running backs. Tatum, he had some fumble issues, I believe, at Oklahoma as a freshman.
Mm-hmm.
Still had a productive freshman season. Just wasn't healthy this year at Oklahoma. I think he had maybe 1 carry the whole season. So a similar player, in the sense that we haven't really had a chance to see what he can do, but a very talented player who was one of the top running backs in his class, maybe the top running back in his
Mm-hmm.
class. So that I think that running back room, even though obviously Michigan would have loved to have Justice Haynes back, I still feel like that shapes up to be probably the strength of the offense once again.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting to see that running back room and see the players play, and watching them run through those holes. Let's talk about the defensive lineman that they did get from Utah. A guy who, he's he was all Pac-12, right?
Yeah, so John Henry Daly, the edge rusher, one of the top players in the portal, All-American in several All-America lists, top 10 in the FBS in sacks and tackles for loss. One of the best defensive ends, edge rushers in the country. Obviously, the question with him is his health. Still don't know exactly what the timeline is for him to get back on the field 100%, but he's really, I think, one of the headliners of this portal class. And then Jonah Liea, I believe, is his name, interior defensive lineman from Utah, was a starter in every game for Utah this season. Michigan really needed to bolster that interior defensive line. It's good that they got a starting caliber player from the portal who can come in. I still think it's a question. If I look at this team and where they are coming out of the portal, it's probably my biggest question is the front 7 as a whole, and then the defensive line, because they lost a lot there.
Mm-hmm.
They arguably lost 3 of their top 4 or 5 interior defensive linemen. They lost both of their starting edge rushers. So, and they lost their top 3 linebackers.
Yeah.
So I think that group still has some questions to answer.
Yeah, from a defensive standpoint, you're right about that. Look, I agree with you. They've done a good job in what they've done in the time that they had. If you think about it, they had to form their everything, get the coaches in, get everybody, and you got to evaluate the film, different things like that, and who you going to keep and who you're not going to keep, and who you're bringing in. So it was kind of crazy for them, I'm sure.
Yeah, I do think you have to give a lot of credit to the personnel and the recruiting staff, and you've got a whole new coaching staff coming in basically in the week before the portal opens, and you've got to put together your plan and execute it. And to be in the position they were in, to get as many guys as they've gotten, and they may not be done yet. There's a guy tonight,
right,
at halftime of this Polynesian All-Star game, Celeste Moa, top 50 prospect in the class of 2026. He's basically an addition to the recruiting class, even though he's coming through the transfer portal because he already signed with Utah. So I think that'll be the cherry on top tonight if Michigan is able to add him.
Yeah, that'd be good with this offensive line coach. I hear he's elite. Everybody's telling me how elite he is. right?
Yeah, I think all of the coaches that Kyle Whittingham brought in, both the guys that coached with him at Utah, a couple guys from BYU, I mean, all of them come in, I think, pretty highly recommended. The offensive line coach, Jim Harding, was there with Kyle Whittingham a long time, developed some really high-level offensive linemen who went on to play in the NFL. So yeah, I think all of these guys come in with pretty strong resumes, pretty strong credentials.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Now I want to move over to basketball because Michigan, hey, they got the get back game in Washington, and now got a game tomorrow against Oregon.
Yeah, I feel like maybe I was a little bit too optimistic when I was on last week. They played that close game against Penn State, and we were talking about what do we take away from that? And I kind of thought, it's just one of those games that happens on the road. You got to grind it out. I don't think it's anything to worry about. And then, give a lot of credit to Wisconsin. Wisconsin came in here last week and shot the lights out,
right,
and did something against Michigan that no team has done all season. And I think that was probably a wake-up call for this team in a lot of ways. And it looked like against Washington, they got the message. It maybe wasn't as easy of a win as we've seen in a lot of games for Michigan this year, but I think it was a solid bounce back effort in a pretty tough environment, just because you got to make the trip across the country. I think anytime you go out west, if you can come back 2-0, that is a success, even if it's not always pretty. This Oregon game, I believe that Oregon could be without Nate Biddle, who is their center, one of their best players. Could also be without Jackson Shelstad, their point guard.
Mm-hmm.
This could be a very short-handed Oregon team that, frankly, was not very good with those guys on the floor. So it's a game Michigan ought to win, and we could be back. To here's another 30-point Michigan win.
Well, that'll be good then. I guess the West Coast trip, and you fear those trips because they could be so long on these players right now because they're in the midst of it and they're getting ready for the gauntlet.
Yeah, you always wonder how a team is going to respond with the cross country trip and unfamiliar environment, and just takes you out of your rhythm a little bit. And then as we've talked about, got to come back home, and then you've really got a bunch of big games coming up in the span of about less than 2 weeks. So really gotta grind through this road trip and stay focused and not let it slip against a couple teams that Michigan is clearly better than. And if they can do that, then they're going to come back home and be ready to really take on the meat of their schedule here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you got when you get home from Oregon, you got to get ready for Indiana, Ohio State, Nebraska, Michigan State, and then Penn State comes to the house. So I mean, it doesn't get better. It just gets better for the fans.
Yeah, I think if anybody thought that Michigan was just going to waltz through this thing, the Wisconsin game should have been an eye opener that any team on any given night can give Michigan a game. Maybe a little bit of overconfidence. It's human nature, right? You're blowing the doors off of everybody.
Mm-hmm.
It's human nature to think that, well, we just go out and do what we do, and we're gonna win this game with ease. And we heard Dusty May say that after the Wisconsin game, that maybe some of the habits had slipped a little bit. Practice wasn't quite as sharp. All of that's just human nature. But Michigan got challenged by Wisconsin, got some of their weaknesses exposed. And so now they're going to, once they get through this road trip, they're going to come back home and play some name brand teams teams right up there near the top of the Big Ten standings. And and they'll do it knowing that no matter where you're playing, you're at home, you got your home crowd. You still got to bring it because there's some good teams in this league, even teams like Wisconsin that the record didn't look great. It had some ups and downs, but on a given night, they're capable of coming in here and playing with Michigan or even beating Michigan.
Mm-hmm. That's a true statement. And, let's talk about the new addition to the administration, the president of the University of Michigan. And you had an opportunity to see him and talk to him. And seems like you had a conversation about some things.
Well, I wouldn't quite go that far. I watched his, listened to his comments at the meeting last week when he was officially elected as president of the University of Michigan. Kent Severud, a Michigan Law School graduate, was president and chancellor of Syracuse University for the last 12 years. I think, an interesting person who comes to Michigan at an interesting time.
Uh-oh.
Well, I don't say that, to sound ominous or anything, but it struck me that I was looking back just a couple years ago. We actually did a story in The Athletic talking to him and some other people who were involved in a group that was pitching a plan for a college football super league where the traditional conference structure that we have now would be replaced by a single league, kind of like the NFL or the Premier League.
Wow.
So, it's kind of it was an out of left field proposal, I think, that was probably, frankly, more about just starting a conversation than really about a serious attempt to actually do this thing. But they had some heavy hitters involved in this. They, I think, did at least get the conversation started, although I don't think the conferences and the conference commissioners were very open to what they were pitching. But anyway, you got a guy as a university president who at least has been engaged on these things.
Right.
He's interested in the future of college sports. He's thought about a lot of the problems that exist in college athletics, and he is trying to find solutions. And so that alone, I think, tells me at least Michigan's going to have a president who is going to be engaged on a lot of these big questions about the future of college sports.
Wow. I mean, that's awesome, right? That's great. That's where you want a president who's interested in, especially your department and, try to give a helping hand.
Yeah, I think, all things being equal, the ideal president is a president who understands athletics, is interested in the big picture, who understands the role that athletics can play in the success of a university, but also is not going to micromanage the athletic department. It's less this way now. It used to be there were some university presidents who basically thought of themselves as team owners, and interacted that way with the ADs and wanted to be really involved in the athletic department, and it often did not go well.
Right.
And then you got the other end of the spectrum, the presidents who, have spent their whole lives in academia, don't really know much about athletics, don't care much about it, don't really get it. That can lead to problems too. So, Michigan has kind of been all over the map the last few years. Mark Schlissel, the former president, I don't think really understood athletics or was very engaged with it. Santa Ono came in and was very visible, was in the crowd, really front and center a lot with Michigan athletics.
He wore the big block M. I mean, he had the gold chain going.
He really played it up. He really played to the spotlight. But at the end of the day, I'm not sure how effective he was in being a being a really effective leader for Michigan athletics. So we'll see what Kent Severud brings to it. I do think he brings a depth of knowledge that maybe the previous presidents didn't have, that could serve him well.
Okay, so so this guy, he's in the corner of the athletic department.
I think he's going to recognize the importance for Michigan of being a leader in college sport.
Okay.
So I think he's going to support Michigan athletics, but I also think he's going to be pretty demanding. I don't think he's going to be a president who just sort of turns a blind eye to athletics and just says, you guys do your thing over here. Like, I think he's going to be supported, but I also think he's going to expect a lot out of that department and out of the leadership of Michigan athletics to really set the standard in college sports.
So anything on the investigation? I don't bring it up lightly. I bring it up with interest. Anything going on? Have you heard anything or anything going on with the investigation that on the athletic department and everything like that?
It's ongoing. I don't think that, at least the last time I checked into it, it did not sound like anybody really at the university had a lot of information about the status of it. I don't think Jenner and Block is sharing a lot in terms of the information they're getting, unless there's something that rises to the level of, as with Sherrone Moore, right? Something happened where you got to immediately take action,
right?
But if it's not something like that, I don't think Jenner and Block is giving daily status reports or anything. I think they're doing their work.
Right.
I think they're talking to a lot of people, gathering a lot of information. And then I think there's going to be a discussion when they're done about how to and in what form to release that information. Go ahead.
Will it be announced before the president gets here? How long is it expected to go, Austin? And what's the timeline on him coming in, actually moving into the house and, walking on campus?
So I believe officially he is expected to start no later than July 1st.
Okay.
So could be sooner than that, I think, but as I understand it, his term at Syracuse runs through June. So I believe the plan is for him to finish that out and then begin at Michigan in the summer.
Okay.
I would expect that the Jenner and Block investigation will be done before then. And to whatever extent it's released publicly, I would expect that to happen probably before the president gets here. Okay. That's my assumption.
Well, we'll keep our interest up, Austin, and hopefully we can, if it does come out, we can talk to you about that.
Yeah, there will be a lot to talk about.
Oh God, yeah.
There's a lot of people waiting with interest to see what that turns out.
Jamie, can I ask
sure.
Austin one quick question here before we get out? Because tomorrow, Michigan, I don't know if you guys brought this up because I had to take care of some things around the office, but the word came out, Michigan, they play their final West Coast game tomorrow afternoon at 4:00 in Oregon. And two of the top players for Oregon are listed as out, one with a hand injury, and I couldn't find what the other injury was, but two of the top players for Oregon. I mean, how big of an impact is this, especially with how tight of a game? I know that it was a 10-point victory in Washington, but how much of an impact could those two injuries be for Oregon, and could that be a huge difference maker for the game tomorrow afternoon for Michigan?
Yeah, absolutely. I think Shellstad and Biddle are probably Oregon's two best players.
Yeah.
And if those guys aren't there, it's hard for me to see how Oregon can be competitive. You guys know, I used to cover Oregon. I covered Dana Altman's team when they were in the Final Four. Dana Altman is a very good basketball coach. I don't know what's happened to that program, they've really fallen on hard times.
Are they not getting Nike money? Are they not getting Nike money? I'm just asking.
I think they're getting the money. I don't think it's an issue of not having money. I really don't. Dana's kind of an old school coach. He's very demanding. His way of doing things is very, very regimented. He's, he's a Midwestern guy.
Old fashioned.
Exactly. That's exactly right. He's got that kind of old fashioned sensibility.
Mm-hmm.
He's a great basketball coach. And when he's got teams that really buy into what he wants to do, they've been really good. It does feel like the last couple of years when I've watched Oregon, they just haven't had that chemistry and that buy-in that his really good teams have had.
Yeah, because I mean, when you think about it with the Big Ten, Austin, I think between Oregon and even Maryland, for that matter, I think those are probably the two biggest eyebrow raisers in the Big Ten right now in terms of a lot of positive going into the season, but a lot of disappointment as we're about halfway through the basketball season.
Yeah, and Maryland, I think you might have seen that coming a little bit just because a lot of roster turnover there. Buzz Williams takes him a little time, I think, to really sort of get the right people around him and get his team, get a team that he can win with. So I'm not super surprised by that. I'm a little more surprised by Oregon just because they did have some guys coming back. Biddle's a good player. Jackson Shelstad's a good player. I thought with a veteran team that maybe this would be the year that Dana would get his mojo back a little bit, but it certainly does not appear that has happened.
Austin, appreciate you coming on the M Zone. We really thank you for coming on this on Fridays. This has been great, and we look forward to hearing from you next Friday.
All right, sounds good, fellas.
That's Austin Meeks from The Athletic. Read up on him. He's good. He's good to know.
He sure is. Just like the guy that we got coming up on the other side.
Exactly. The guy we got coming up on the other side.
I'm not a fan of the shirt he's got on. I'll tell you that right now.
What shirt does he have on? He's got a C on it. I mean,
I got it. Look, it's a Mario Lemieux shirt.
It's the logo.
It's Mario Lemieux.
I can't hear him, so he's trying to talk.
I'm not booing. I'm just saying I'm not a fan of it.
Yeah,
I can hear you now.
I said it's Mario Lemieux. He gets a pass.
Okay,
it's not Sidney Crosby.
That's fine. I mean, Super Mario's fine, but they wore those ugly ass yellow yellows.
Oh yeah, night, good call. I don't have that.
Ugly ass sweaters last night. Oh, gross.
Oh, so they got a little Iowa in them. Anyway,
basically,
we're gonna go to a break. We come back. We got Nick Baumgartner on the other side from The Athletic. You're listening to the M Zone on the Big 1050.
We are clear on radio.
What's up, fellas?
How you doing, man?
How you doing, Nick?
Very well. How are you guys?
Good. Really well.
With the exception of winter allergies.
Oh my God, I know.
I'm glad I had allergies. I love allergies. I just don't like that flu I had a couple weeks ago. My goodness.
I've had something here too. The whole kids' school is sick, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. The kids bring home that icky stuff, man. They bring home that mucus thing. Ugh.
Then I get it, then my wife gets it, and then she gives it back to me.
Exactly.
So I get over it, and then I get it again. It's like, God damn it.
Just have to get a damn you have to get the hazmat crew and kind of just
smoke
out the entire house or something at that point.
You need one day where it's not it's -10, so you can open a window and get some of this gunk out of here. But
and now we're getting that nice winter vortex coming in starting tomorrow or Sunday.
Yes, I know.
We already had school off yesterday here. They canceled everything yesterday.
Oh, we did too. We canceled everything too. I mean,
was out.
School buses can't get around.
Today was okay, but yesterday was bad.
Yeah.
And I think this weekend's going to be bad too, yeah.
It's just going to be cold this weekend.
It's going to be
it's not going to snow?
It shouldn't snow. You're going to get 1 to 2 inches.
Yeah, I mean,
that's not big
where
deal.
we are, I guess. I guess when I look at it.
I think it's supposed to be that 1 to 2 inches at the most, throughout the whole
week.
So.
Oh, yeah, that's not bad then.
Yeah, compared to the waking up, what was it, Wednesday or Thursday, and going, That's a deep 1 to 2 inches that they were talking
Yeah,
about.
Thursday. It was like, what is this? Like, it was like up the side of the wall, like my wall or whatever. I'm like, what's going on here? Like, it was crazy.
Man, those snowdrifts between the houses
It
are
was
crazy.
windy though, too.
Oh my God. It's right there on the edge, and you close the door and the snow comes off the top of the roof.
Right.
No, there was a video that of one of the Fox affiliates over in Benton Harbor, and there's a guy out there, and you just saw the snow going sideways. And you couldn't even see it. You couldn't see him. And I'm like, who drew the short straw on that one, man?
Yeah, that's like the hurricane guy. Actually, what would be like the hurricane or standing out in that? I don't even know. I don't even know which one I'd rather not do. Like,
I don't know. Jim Cantori is one of those guys. I'm like, I just live for this stuff right now.
Yeah,
man.
he loves it, right? But the hurricane, like, if you got, I feel like the hurricane, as long as you got like a van ready to drive you out of there and a raincoat, you'd probably be okay. The cold though is like, man, it's hard to get out of that. It's hard to escape that.
Yeah, you can only wear so many layers before
Right.
you wear so many layers before you start looking like the kid from the Christmas Story. Just come on, Mars down.
I was joking actually. That's what Mike McDaniel's going to look like when the Lions hire him, and he has to coach like in Chicago. He's going to get like the biggest. No, he'll get like the biggest Lions winter jacket. He'll get one of those like gigantic, like when Jim was with the 49ers and he'd wear all those he'd wear like 9 shirts, like, and he would look like a balloon. That's what I feel like. That's what we're gonna see if he gets.
We'll see Mike McDaniel wearing like 5 layers of Carhartts, and he'll have buffs on it just to keep with the with the fashion.
Right, right, because he won't be the head coach. So I feel like he'll just let all things go in terms of like, I'll just wear whatever I want, and Campbell would never care. That'd be interesting. I don't know. We'll see.
Mike,
I think they like their chances.
Mike, I know you like aviators, but if you wore buffs,
I know. Just once.
Oh, he got to wear buffs. He's got to wear buffs.
He was like taking pictures. He was taking pictures of people at the airport when he came in for his interview. He's a great.
He knows he's a superstar right now. He's that guy.
My God, he is going to make a lot of money from somebody this cycle. Everybody wants him right now. Head coach, OC, everybody but the Giants, I guess.
Everybody but the Giants.
Yeah.
Even
and maybe
the
Ravens.
We'll
see, but they're talking to him.
Everybody's talking to him about, Well, it's like what Larry said. Once you get in that special group, like the head coaching and that money and everything.
Did you hear what Steve Bisciotti said after they fired John Harbaugh? He's the guys that he was looking at.
Yeah.
Were exactly like that. What you were saying, like the hot young coordinators who took a crap job and then got fired because the job sucked more than it was that they were bad. And he's like, I feel like there's like 10 coaches every year who are just sitting out there, or a handful anyway, who are usually like way better than we give them credit for. Which he's right. Stefanski, Mike McDaniel, there's a couple.
Everybody loves Stefanski for some reason.
He's
a hot guy.
I think he is great too. I really do. I think I would love him to be the Lions OC, but I don't think he would do that. I think he'll be a head coach.
You think he'll go?
Mike Mack? I don't know. I don't know because Pittsburgh's going to interview.
Brian Flores is going there. I think they're
Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Baltimore, I think, tried to get him too.
Yeah, they want him. They
might have a fight over Brian Flores. We'll see.
Hey, it's better.
Pittsburgh does weird things, though. You know that
fighting and getting him on your side than having a lawsuit pending.
They'll do crazy stuff. Yeah, they'll do crazy stuff though. They'll hire young, like they interviewed Nate Shieldhouse from the old Illinois quarterback there on the Rams. Oh, that took me back. Remember that name?
Jeez.
Wow. That was the Rich Rod game where he came in here and had like that 9 overtimes, whatever. Remember that?
Yeah,
remember that?
I remember that.
How could you forget?
Pretty sure you
moment.
Just flipped a disc in my back, so I appreciate
I
that.
know. Somebody scored a touchdown again when I said Nate Shieldhouse's name.
All right, stand by, guys.
This is the M Zone.
And welcome back to the M Zone. Jamie Morris, Matt the Hitman Missler, best guy in the Bizzler. And we got Nick Baumgartner. We got Nick Baumgartner from The Athletic. Nick, I just want to make Miz mad, so I'm going to go. This is my guy. We didn't discuss this. Former Lion quarterback wants to be team offensive coordinator. That's Dan Olowski. He's talking about, hey, I can do this. What do you think about that?
Oh, Dan.
Hold on,
No.
Great answer, Nick. I'll just hit the drop.
Right.
I really.
I had to bring that. I saw that.
That's the most predictable. That's the most predictable thing that I have heard all day. I think, Jamie, that Dan O there had to get his name involved in something. He was getting a little stale. People weren't talking about him enough, so he had to do this. I don't see that.
I mean, that's what he said. I could do this. I could do this job. I'm like,
yeah. I mean, that's the joke, right? Where he's like, anybody could. I mean, they are though, Jamie. This is an attractive job. This is an attractive job, and maybe that's Dan's point, right? Where it's like, well, anybody can do it.
Let me talk about the real guy I want to talk about is Mike McDaniels.
Right.
I mean, is this guy really that doesn't look like a Dan Campbell type guy? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
But he flashes. And I don't know what a Dan Campbell guy looks like.
Well, that's what I was about to say, because I think that a lot of people don't quite understand that. Number one, a Dan Campbell guy is Ben Johnson, right? Like that's a Dan Campbell guy, a really smart guy. And I really think that they showed such strong interest in him immediately. Like, I mean, it was minutes after Ross fired him, which I still think Ross fired him because he thought he was going to get John Harbaugh, and he didn't. And now I'm like, what are you doing? Because McDaniel should have been back. I don't know why they fired him. I mean, quite honestly, I thought that was a GM problem down there, and I thought he should have got another year. Either way, McDaniel, one of the first interviews he did was here. Came and talked to Dan and Brad and those guys. Took some selfies with people at the airport. All this, right?
He did.
So I think when you look at right. So when you look at the thing, when you look at all the jobs out there that want him, it's Lions, Eagles OC, and then Bucks OC, and then the head jobs would be Ravens, Falcons, Browns. I think is the other one, and that's I think those are the three. So to me, it's like I don't know this. But based on what he has done so far in his interviews and kind of what he has and hasn't said, I think he is interested in a really good head coaching job if one's available. Like if the Ravens want to hire him, I think he would be like, I want to do this, right? I'm ready to get back in it. But I don't know if he's interested in going to Cleveland or one of these or Tennessee or one of these dumps. I almost wonder if he would rather. He's a smart guy. He's an outside the box thinker. And Jamie, I think that he's one of these guys that's only ever coached with Kyle Shanahan and the Shanahan tree. Right. So I think that he understands, hey, look, I've got some blind spots in my game I need to improve upon. Wouldn't be the worst idea for me to go work with another head coach that I've never worked with for a year that's really good, and we'll win some games along the way. And then next year I'll go at the head coaching cycle again. So I think that that's the Lions' opportunity right there to get this guy or make a play for him, because I think they think they have a chance. And I think everybody probably does to a degree. But I mean, when you really look at it objectively, the Lions could throw a pretty good argument for him to maybe take a shot here.
Nick, question: What would you consider to be a I'm using an exact line here, surveyed voice according to you and your cohorts over at the Athletic?
A surveyed voice. A surveyed voice would probably be somebody who you like an important person that you ask the question of, like an important person in an organization. Does that make sense? Like
that makes
surveyed them. It's just an arrogant way of saying we asked somebody important.
Okay. Are you considered one of those individuals?
No. It'd have to be somebody with a much larger paycheck.
Okay, fair enough. The reason why I bring this up is this little graphic here, the top 40 leaders in all sports. 100 surveyed voices. And I appreciate you can see who is there at numero ocho right there.
Yeah.
Mr. MCDC. In fact, let me go ahead and drop some of these graphics off of the screen so that people can see.
Steve Kerr's getting fired.
Wow. Yeah.
I guess.
Right? How about that?
Yeah. I mean, and he's what, the second NFL head coach that's on this list right now, only behind Andy Reid.
Yeah.
Right.
So, I mean, I guess.
That's a great segue here, Miz.
He gives you great info, though. Dan Campbell does it. He's not shy of telling you what's on his mind.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think that's why McDaniel is a guy. You know, Mike McDaniel is a really open and thoughtful guy. He's different, obviously, right? Recovering alcoholic. He's talked about that a lot. He's talked about his own life a lot, and a different guy. So but I think that so when the Dolphins came up here last year for summer practices, you could see them as a talented team that had a lot of guys that did a lot of cool stuff, good ideas, but they were just like, they were not together as a team, and they were just kind of on their own islands. I think he has probably looked at this thing and said, look, I could be a really good head coach if I could lead a team in a group a little bit better. And I look at a guy like Dan Campbell and say, this guy could lead anybody into anything. And look what he did for a guy like Ben Johnson, who was looked at as like this like quiet nerd who's never going to be able to command a room. And now look at him, right? So I do think that there's an appeal there for a guy like Mike McDaniel. And I think that the leadership thing that Miz put up here, yeah, that's all the way. That's why Dan should be a leveraged asset for for free agent signings, or for coaching. I mean, they should never settle for coaches here, which is why when you look at it this year, moving on from Morton, I think is fine. Don't settle. It was a lot like when Jim Harbaugh was at Michigan. There's no reason for you to settle. You're too good of a evaluator to go get somebody else, if there's a problem. So I think that's still a really good asset for the Lions.
Basically, what we're saying, Mike McDaniel, if you're listening right now, you want to follow number Ocho right now, because
that's right.
Because don't get me wrong,
ignore number 12, Jalen Hurts. Don't look at number 12.
Ignore number 12.
I don't know.
All
He
I'm saying is
may
this.
take the challenge. That's a challenge down there.
Yeah, that is a toughie.
If you go anywhere above number 8, the only squad I'd be okay with. You go help out. Don Staley is that coach. That's I'm just going to say that she's her. She's her.
Him with the Eagles would be Don Staley's awesome. Him with the Eagles would be really interesting. McDaniel. It would be like I don't know what he wants to do. Right? Does he want to win a Super Bowl? Does he want to get the best experience for himself? Does he want to get the most money? Does he want to have the biggest challenge?
Does he want to
wear buffs? I don't know.
He wants to look good. And apparently,
working with Sirianni doesn't feel
wardrobe.
great.
Hey,
he has changed his wardrobe.
If he wants a wardrobe, listen. Dietrich's supposed to be closing down soon.
They have closed. They're closing down. They haven't did the discount thing yet, but I
am not ruling it out. I'm not going to be like surprised if he goes somewhere else or takes the head coaching job or becomes the Philly. But I wouldn't rule it out. I think they have a chance
with Lamar, and he gets that head coaching job.
Right, that's the one. If Baltimore is the big one. Because but Cleveland, Tennessee,
not exciting.
Atlanta. No,
right.
It's like Atlanta even. They just hired Matt Ryan, so maybe they'll be able to find somebody with some excitement there. But like Tennessee and Cleveland, no. Like guys with options are just going to do something else. Like they're not going to go there because I think that everybody has seen how this works. The thing, but we're talking about Jamie before we started when Steve Bisciotti fired John Harbaugh.
Right. The
thing he said afterwards, somebody was like, hey, are you looking for a similar candidate to what John was when you hired him 20 years ago? And he's like, no, I'm looking for a guy who was a red hot coordinator, one of the best in the NFL, then took a terrible job out there and got fired 2.5 years, and he didn't deserve to be fired. There's like 20 of those guys out there. Like,
Steve
because
Bisciotti,
that's the guy you want.
He said something interesting, and he wants Lamar in those meetings with the coach.
Yeah.
If he wants to say, he does, he doesn't make rules, but he wants them to say, I like this coach. I
think that's a good idea. Jackson Dart was in the meetings with John Harbaugh as well, I think, when he moved the Giants.
Too. Yeah.
I think Jared Goff should be involved in all of this stuff too. I think that that's part of the sales pitch to a Mike McDaniel is to be like, everybody who knows football could say, hey, if Mike McDaniel comes to Detroit and they fix their offensive line and meld this thing the way that it should be melded together, those two styles, Goff is the MVP of the league.
Yeah.
He would have an amazing year. And it would be a no-brainer. It wouldn't even be a question. If he goes to Philly, maybe Jalen Hurts has the year, of his life. Maybe not. It's not even a question if he comes to Detroit. So I like their shot, but I feel like we don't get that lucky around here all the time. So, I'm bracing for someone else to be the OC.
You're bracing for disappointment.
Mike
Kafka, something like that.
Who has to say
it's not bad. I like Mike Kafka.
Wait a minute. You got Arthur Smith, too.
Arthur Smith would be also really interesting for the same reason, I think. Like, Arthur Smith is a guy who rubs people the wrong way, right? He's a son of a billionaire.
Yep.
However, he is a very smart, kind of a borderline brilliant offensive, mind. He's got a lot of cool, crazy stuff that he comes up with. They had to kill themselves to move the ball in Pittsburgh the last 2 years with that garbage. that they had. When he was with Atlanta, it was mismatched. If you go back with him, they were throwing the ball over the field with Ryan Tannehill in Tennessee, for crying out loud. I think he would be great here too, and it'd be the same thing that what Campbell pitched to him, that like, I can help you become a better leader, kind of like what Mike Tomlin probably did for Arthur Smith, I imagine, right? So, and the thing with Goff, Colton pointed this out to me the other day. Pouncey, who works here with me at the Athletic, like, I used to think, like, there's been reports over the years, Anthony Lynn didn't get along with Jared. People wondered if John Morton didn't quite get along with Jared. I don't know if it's necessarily that Jared can't get along with guys. I think those guys got along with him fine. But what my understanding is Goff needs to have an offensive coordinator who is very, like, his mental equal in terms of seeing football, how quick Jared sees the game. If the guy is slow, Jared's going to just, without even trying, lose respect for the guy, and it's going to be a problem. And I think that's what's happened with Morton. I think that happened a little bit with Anthony Lynn. And so I'm curious to see what they come up with here. But I think it's going to have to be a guy who really thinks of the game at a really high level.
I got to ask you, how did the letter from Sheila Hemp go to the fans? How is that in saying not time for drastic changes either?
I don't think that was necessary. Again, I don't think that was necessary to do. But at the same time,
from that, don't you?
But I think that's what I was about to say. I think that's fine. I think that's like, she did that when she defended those guys after the 1-6 start, and she didn't need to do that either. But I do think that her approach to being an owner, since she took over kind of as the full-time owner, has always been to be, look, I want to be as transparent as I can be.
Right.
Or at least in communication to some degree with the fans. I don't want to be like my dad or my mom. Obviously, Martha was much older, but, old man Ford there wasn't any liaison with his comments to the fans. Here, I apologize, this wasn't good enough. He was never saying stuff like that.
Right.
There was no public accountability. Even so, I think Sheila's a lot like Dan, Jamie, honestly. Even when there doesn't need to be, like, hey, I apologize for this, that you're going to get an apology. Like, Dan gives himself an F and thinks he sucks, and it's like, that might be a little harsh, but that's how he's going to do it. He's always going to say that, right?
So he tells you, exactly what you're going to get.
He's going to take the blame if it's his fault every single time, and even if it's not, he'll do it then too. And I do think Sheila has some of that in her as well. I think that's part of their culture in general in Detroit. That's why you saw Brad Holmes a little more contrite when he talked too. A couple weeks ago than he's been.
Well, how does Brad Holmes, Dan Campbell fix the offensive line?
Well, I think two things need to happen. They need to, it's got to be attacked in the draft, number one, but they're going to have to find a way to get some more money and probably spend some up there too. I think that I think they're going to need too much, to just say, hey, we can draft a guy and see what happens. And I think you're going to need another center. I think you're going to need another tackle. It wouldn't be the worst thing in the world to have another guard in there. Part of me wonders too if, hey, maybe you say, let's draft a center, or let's sign a center, draft a tackle. We'll draft another really good tight end and use him to help the run game, and then we'll sort of build this as we go along. I don't know. There's other things you can do, but like, in order to get it all done this offseason, I do think they need to spend more money than they've been spending. I think they need to find, and they should have some. Frank's salary's gone. If Decker retires, that's gone. I think Graham was off the books anyway.
Do you go to Jared Goff and get some money?
I think you probably would go to Jared Goff and try to get some money and just convince, it's an easy sell. It's like, Jared, you're an MVP candidate when we have a center. When you're not, you're getting the hell beat out of you, and you're still really good, but it's not the same. So I do think that maybe that conversation will probably happen at some point as well. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a conversation I want to be in.
But it's also fascinating too, because it's like, Goff's contract is so big.
Yeah.
It's just gigantic.
It's huge. That's what I'm saying.
It's the second gigantic contract that he's had already in his career.
Yes.
So at this point, he's made like $700 million or something. I don't know. I don't know what that's like. I don't know. I don't pretend to be in the mind of a guy who's like, no, I'm not going to give you back, because it's mine. You get, but it's like, hey man, We already gave you 600 mil. Can you give us
They
like
give him that
50
Tom
back?
Brady speech. Look what Brady did for the Patriots and where they.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you'd be like, we're not asking to do it forever, just
Right.
like one time or whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That is a tough ask. That's not an easy thing to do. I'm sure if it gets rubber meets the road, I'm sure they'll do it though. I don't know where else they would go. You're not going to like St. Brown or Sewell. Those guys actually signed a little bit less.
Right.
I think you would probably say that to Jared too. Like,
And
look, the rest of
Jameson
these
ain't
guys,
gonna give you no money back.
no,
It ain't coming.
you'll never see another dime of that again. It's all gone.
Nick, the division round gets kicked off tomorrow afternoon with Denver hosting the Buffalo Bills and Seattle hosting the 49ers. But big news came out just within the hour that the first game for Sunday, the Texans traveling up to Foxborough to take on the Patriots. Nico Collins ruled out for that game. I mean, looking at these 4 games coming up this weekend, I mean, which one of these 4 games I think, kind of stands out to you?
Seattle, San Francisco is always weird. I think that's the one that I probably would circle and just be like, Buffalo and Denver is maybe the other one that I would look at too. But Seattle, San Francisco always ends up being a really good game, and I think those two teams know each other so well. Obviously, they both had really resurgent years. They're both really confident right now. So that's the one to me that I'm curious if one team can come out of that like really with some momentum going forward. Maybe that's your favorite to come out of the NFC. Maybe if the Rams. I mean, Stafford hurt his finger or something like this again, I think, or hand or something. I saw
both him and Josh Allen. They
Allen did too.
They're throwing hands in their respective games this past weekend.
Right. So I mean, maybe that's just not meant to be there. I don't know, but I really like that one, the Seattle 49ers game, and then Buffalo and Denver. Like, man, if Buffalo can't get it, I mean, they're banged up. I saw Ed Oliver might be coming back.
Yeah,
this is a tough ask. Like at this point,
you need Superman to bring his cape out.
You need to win. Yeah, Josh Allen needs to go be really special for the rest of this playoff. Or I can't. Or maybe that Buffalo job's also open. You know what I mean? Like, are people waiting on that? I don't know, because like they got to do something there. You can't be wasting his years like this.
I hate to bring this up. Sam Darnold has an oblique problem.
He's hurt too.
I mean, if he can't play, I get it, but everything
he needs to play.
Exactly. I'm just saying.
He needs to wheel himself out there and give it a whirl, even if he can't really play. You know what I mean?
Drew Lock, keep doing your damn coat move on the side. Stay on that side.
He needs to do the Stafford where he just like doesn't move all week long and then rolls out of bed on Sunday with injections aplenty and is ready to go.
I'm just gonna say,
you're telling me to go hybrid former NFC North quarterback by doing nothing the entire week, and then the day of an Aaron Rodgers injection.
It doesn't matter. He's got to play.
He's got to get out there. All that money. Oh,
all that money.
That would not be good if he
no.
wins. Yeah, that would not be good.
Got to ask you one more question, and this comes from this is a college football thing, but Dante Moore.
Ooh.
He stands to lose $25 million, Nick. I mean, wow. He could be the number 2 pick, but
could be number 1.
Moore doesn't want to go to the New York Jets.
No.
That's where you go to bury quarterbacks, he says to himself. He doesn't want to go.
He saw the gif of Aaron Rodgers running out the tunnel with the flag in his hand. Just went.
Well, I'll say this. Oh, yeah, that's all true too. That's all part of this.
And the owner's whack.
Yeah, you don't want to play for that guy. That's all part of this, absolutely. But there's also this too, because you note now, Jamie, Oregon brought back a lot of guys, not just Dante Moore.
I got you.
Phil Knight and the boys are spending money on these football players at Oregon. They are making. So I don't know what Dante Moore is getting on these side deals, but all we had heard for the last 2-3 months is like he is not going to have any problem turning down that NFL money if it comes to it. The only thing I can compare this to is when C.J. Stroud was done at Ohio State. There was about a month there where they were trying. They were banging on every billionaire they knew's door, and they thought they were close to getting enough money to like match whatever you'd get like as a guarantee as a number 2 pick, and they didn't. But like this is kind of that, and I think they also paid Dylan Raiola to come sit there. Oregon recruits the portal on a completely different level than everybody else. Yes. Nobody is even close to what they do.
Nope.
Nobody's even close.
Nike brand different from
it's absolutely insane. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Big time.
Completely different from Adidas brand or Under Armour.
Ask Nebraska how that's going.
No kidding. I mean, the only question I got left, Nick, obviously, like I said, the one I think a lot of people in town are going to be paying attention to is can Matt Stafford get by playing in a cold weather game? Are you going to be wearing a weighted blanket and a heated blanket watching this Rams-Chicago game when the temperatures are, as of right now, according to Doppler, we're looking at 20 degrees with wind chill dropping down to the single digits in the greater Chicagoland area.
Stafford's going to have to build a campfire on the sidelines to get through this thing. I tell you what, this looks like a game that he loses. Honestly, it really does.
If he wins this game, you understand. He is instantly. He may be a first ballot.
This is a legacy game for him.
Right.
You're right about that, Jimmy.
He wins this game. Yeah. Nobody can argue that Matthew Stafford is not a Hall of Famer. Nobody.
I mean, I think we're kind of there anyway, but you're right. Nobody will be able to do it. You know, if he can get them back to the Super Bowl again, win on the road in a place like this, they're red hot. They're, everything goes right for them. The luck has been off the charts, right? This does feel like a game that he has lost in the past many times. But I don't know, man. I like the Rams. When they got to turn it around, though. They have not played well, really, since they played the Lions.
No,
it's been like a month. So if the Rams can get themselves back to what we saw around Thanksgiving time, then they're my favorite. I mean, I think they're the team to beat, but we haven't seen that in a while.
Nick, appreciate you coming on, being a part of
yes, sir, fellas.
Usually we got you. We usually have you on.
You got it in.
You came through. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
thank you very much.
All right, we'll see y'all.
Get outside to shovel the snow, damn it.
You hear me?
I know. I gotta go shovel.
Teach you what
every time.
Yeah,
we gotta get a better shovel.
Hey, I Huckleberry Finn, my son. I told you, I got him a shovel.
Give a dollar.
This is the finest shovel there is. And he was up there shoveling snow.
I should have done that. That's a smarter move right there. Work smarter, not harder, Jamie.
That's right.
All right, fellas.
Right. It's always fun. Thanks, Nick. Appreciate it.
All right, we'll see you guys. Yeah.
So, question of the day. It's been in my mind the whole time. So it's got to be, because we're not on Monday.
That's true.
It's a holiday.
And the women are playing at 2:30.
Exactly.
Roughly, depending on their first game in New Orleans.
I got to hear you. Who's your team? Who you got? You got the home team or you got the number one team in the national championship? In that natty, who you got in the natty? Do you have Indiana or do you have Miami?
What about how about all 3 days this weekend of football?
Ooh, I could do this. We can do this.
Because we got a total of 5 games.
Hadley would love to tell us his picks for all the games. So let's do that.
Sure. I mean, here's what I'll even do. I'll even figure out what the spreads are for these games are according to DraftKings, which is now the new affiliate of ESPN.
I like it.
And of course, if you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call the gambling helper. Gambling. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Don't call me because I already got my lottery ticket to win tonight.
You want someone to talk to, you go talk to our boy Ken in Lansing. He apparently he probably knows what exactly to go with. That's the way he go.
Exactly.
He knows what's up.
Exactly. We got to go to a break. We come right back on the other side. You're listening to the M Zone on the Big 1050. Try out.
This is the M Zone.
And welcome back to the M Zone. Jamie Morris, Matt the Hitman Missler,
Yeah.
best guy in the Bizzler.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what we're doing when this is the time and the place that we're asking the question of the day. Who are you picking in this weekend's football? You got Buffalo versus at Denver. You got San Francisco at Seattle. You got Houston at New England. You got the Rams in the cold.
Real feels of negative 13 by kickoff, by the way. 33-mile-per-hour wind. I don't think there's enough Columbia or Carhartt
My
gear to
God.
keep you warm.
No.
Get your Malort.
Oh, my God. Get them hand warmers.
And Malort.
Miami versus Indiana. Who you got in the Natty? Tell me what you're doing, what you're thinking about, and we go from there. I'm telling you, it is going to be so cold on Sunday. That is not going to be fun. And I'm going to say this again. Matthew Stafford will be a first ballot Hall of Famer if he should win this game. I guarantee it. I'm telling you, people have already talked about it. This is one of those games. This is the game that could defy him. Dare I say, defy him as that guy. Just saying. I mean, I'm just telling you guys, it's going to be interesting to see. And then who's going to win the Natty? Who you got in the Natty? I know you've been riding that Indiana train all the way. I know you've been riding that train. That's what you do. You ride the train. You ride the train. That's just the way it is. But I'm just telling you who you got in this game. Miami's home. They're at home. Oh, got to point out this. The cornerback for Miami, the starting cornerback, you remember he got disqualified in the first half of the game. So he will not be starting until the second half. So I'm just letting you know for that. So just letting you know that that's what's going on in this world. Oh, and influential people in leaders in the sports. I mean, Steph Curry at number 3. That's pretty good. Andy Reid at number 5. Asia Wilson. That's a good one on number 9. And top 10. In the top 10 is Mike Tomlinson. Tom Izzo at number 11.
Was that athletic thing that I had up?
Yeah, that's the thing I found it.
Okay, well, actually, if you want, I can go ahead and bring it back up again and do one of these things so that if there are people watching on stream right now, they can check it out. Let me drop that banner right there and drop the ticker. There you go. Because
there you go.
Apparently they had a tie for 40.
There it is right there.
Yeah, they had 2 at number
Schwarber
40.
and Mookie.
Mookie Betts. Yeah, I'll be honest. I'm kind of surprised. Well, actually, no.
Kurt Sinetti's there at 37.
Well, I mean, I guess in hindsight, I think I was more expecting him to be higher up, especially with the swagger and confidence that he had. But then again, it's only been 2 years in Indiana.
It's only been 2 years, and he's been telling people to Google him for, it takes 2 years.
It's kind of like when I've always come across and said, don't you know who I am?
Exactly.
No. I'm like, I was really hoping someone would at some point. I was really hoping someone would, but apparently that's not the case. But, man, like I said, Gino at number 4, Gino Auriemma, Steph Curry at 3, Dawn Staley, questionably, the soon to be top women. I would say the top women's coach in college basketball right now.
Right. I mean, she
got a big win last night. By the way,
that was huge.
That was a big win. Just like KVA getting that huge Dubsky last night too.
Mm-hmm.
Big win by Michigan women's basketball last night. But yeah, I mean that's a heck of a list right there that the Athletic had put out there for top leaders in sports at least.
Yeah, and that's nice. That's top leaders in sports, and that's what they feel. And I get it. I you know what? I can agree.
Yeah, there are a lot.
I can agree with that.
There are some on here that I can go, I don't know about that one, but then there are some that I'm like, you know what? That one probably could have gone a little bit higher up, actually.
I like it.
Yeah,
I like it.
I'm pretty sure Philly he's standing on the soapbox right now talking about number 30, the one Dan Lombardi, the one Dan Lombardi out of Oregon right there. He's number 30, Philly.
It's Nike money, baby.
It
Nike
sure
money.
It sure is.
734-998-1050. What's up, Rodney?
Hey, JJ. What's going on, my man?
It's good.
Called you JJ.
I heard him say that.
Yeah. How's it going, guys?
Good.
Going good.
What you got going?
Now, Mookie, is it Mookie Betts?
Yeah, Mookie Betts.
Yeah, the outfielder for the Doyers.
Or is it Mookie Blaylock?
No, it's Mookie Betts.
Mookie Blaylock was the first name from Pearl Jam's band, by the way.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, he's not a top 40 leader in sports.
But he is even flow, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he could shoot, though.
I want to read her.
Back in the day for Oklahoma, he could put it down.
I got you.
I don't know. Okay, let's see here. I'm hoping Indiana pulls it off. One, because I want them to make a movie about it, because it's almost reminiscent of Hoosiers.
Oh, my God. Yes, you're the first one on and the first one to invoke Hoosiers.
Now,
I like it. I like it. Don't worry. I like it.
If you saw my message earlier, I swear their coach stuck it to the Ducks because James Madison got hammered by the Ducks earlier.
Oh,
because he didn't take his starters off the field.
Good point. Well, I mean, or James Madison did stick around for a little bit, and I think more important.
It was late. It was a bunch of late touchdowns.
Yeah, and I think a lot. Well, I think a lot of it
they didn't
too,
score until the second half.
Well, I think a lot of it too, when you think about it, and I think even in the the post game press conference, Lanning wasn't happy with his team. So I think a lot of it was more like a, hey. I'm going to prove to you guys that you need to be doing the damn thing, and I'm going to make sure you're doing said damn thing right now.
Wow.
Okay, yeah. J-Mo, you're a superstitious guy. You wear the same. You put your gear on the same way.
Pretty much.
You wear the same unis, right?
Yep.
How
Hasn't changed
how
his
are the
underwear.
Ducks? They have like a women's wardrobe.
Because that's what
Of
they want.
clothes.
That's what Nike did for them. I mean, that they were
I
known as the
understand that, but-
wardrobe team before they became that Oregon team. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand, but it's annoying.
Yeah, a lot of kids love it. A lot of kids love the wardrobes, man. They love it, and that's why they come to.
get
That's why
that.
they come to Oregon.
Yeah, but I want, and this is a completely far-fetched idea. Let's have the U come out in camo pants as their underneath. Their bottoms are all camoed.
That's interesting.
Where
Like
the where that
school
that
90s.
the army pants that they did for the military appreciation game and wear white tops. Is that what you're getting at here?
Are you doing?
Yeah, well, they came off the plane with the camo on.
You're talking about
the-
Miami did. You're talking about
Oh,
Miami.
the travel
Yes,
gear,
yes,
not
the
what they
travel
wear on the
gear.
field, but the
I
travel.
like the travel gear.
Yeah.
You go down there and
the
you
walk-up trip. Okay,
Yeah, I like that.
I like that.
I like
you know,
that.
I like the idea of that
but
walk-up
But you can't
trip.
come in the way they came in the Fiesta Bowl because they look like arrogant
lost that one.
punks.
No, but let's just have them step on the field of play with camo pants as their lower shell.
Well, you should have said that earlier. I would have talked it
I tried to get it
into.
yesterday.
I think Adidas would have had that too.
Dude, how cool would that be, man? See those guys roll out with the camo on. You know the playmakers rocking it.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure at some point Michael Irvin's just going to show up. He may have a little extra powdered sugar under his nose, but he might be dripped out that same way too.
Yeah, that's
I'm
crazy.
pretty confident he's a Tony Montana fucking right now. I'm sure.
That was, you can't say that
Did
word.
he just
He
drop
did,
it?
and
Oh,
that's
my
why I hit
God.
the dump button.
That's okay.
Rodney, have a great rest of the weekend. We'll effort a little bit before we get Hadley on. I know that Hadley has got the clean voice, but this is the. I know Hadley likes it when I break down said fourth wall. This is the one time where we've got to wait for the delay recorder to reboot its numbers again back to our standard delay. So there's that. Jamie, I know that we're obviously in football mindset, but baseball has been let's just say a little one-sided.
Yeah, don't get me started with that. I mean, no, it's time. It is time.
It's time to definitely start looking into, maybe we need to start putting a cap on things.
Right. I mean,
not just with the Dodgers, but
I'm not saying just the Dodgers.
but
Everybody.
the Mets as well. Where the Mets spent, I believe, if my math is right, and again, I went to a downriver public school. It would be Bo Bichette, who was a part of that Blue Jay World Series game series against the Dodgers.
Right.
He just signed a 3-year deal, and he'll be making $42 million per.
Oh my God.
$42 million per season.
Jeez.
Now, the last time, if memory serves me correctly, the last time that the Mets did something this let's just call it what it is, idiotic. Yeah, they signed a guy for a big contract and they traded him that same season. The Mets are not very intelligent, ladies and gentlemen, is what I'm saying here. And I know that I've pounded the table about wanting Chris Ilitch to spend money, especially for one certain number 29 on your roster, but number one in your program, but number one in your heart.
Right.
But let's just be honest here, especially with this arbitration stuff coming on. I don't think it's going to happen. I think the Tigers just got duped, ladies and gentlemen. I'm starting to go go ahead and I'm on the ledge. I'm on the ledge with y'all now. It's over. It was fun while it lasted, but Terry Skubal, Scott Boras, you guys win, and you guys go have fun being, buddies over in New York, but wearing the pinstripes. Now that I think the delay has been rebooted back up, let's hit back the phones, Jamie.
734-998-1050. Hadley.
Darn it! I wanted to hear Rodney's NFL picks. Gee whiz!
Well, if he didn't say a bad word, we wouldn't have had that
Can't
issue.
say the bad word, man.
Yeah. Miss, just since you're breaking down the third wall real quick, if you miss the dump button, it goes over the air after what, 10 seconds?
Here at our stations, it's 7. So it's a little bit shorter. It's shorter than actually a lot of other stations, to be honest.
I know. It's normally 10.
Roughly, yeah. But yeah, we're 7-second delay. That's why, and you want me to? I'll break down that fourth wall one more time for you, Haley, because I know how much you love it. Here's a little fourth wall stuff here that I break down for each and every one of you. If you got one of those old school earpieces that has the radio in your ear that runs off of like the old hearing aid batteries or whatever, we dumped the delay out here. So basically, when you're seeing the play on the field, you're basically hearing Doug and John calling that play right then and there.
Wow.
Yes.
Crazy. Well, when you've been running a show or whatever you've had to do, have you left the studio and someone swore and you didn't know it?
Well, I can tell you that John Jansen did say the one phrase that you're not supposed to say because Bruce Buffer trademarked it, and if you say it, you get a $20,000 fine. To which I had to ask my program director, "Hey, do we get in trouble because it went over our airwaves?" And it did not. So I was free and clear of that one. So
that's a good thing. So, but I mean, the FCC, I know they can't listen to everything. So is it people that listen, that complain, that maybe you guys get fined if that happens?
I'm not sure. That's one thing that's a part of the whole thing that I'm not 100% sure of, Haley. But what I am sure of though?
Yes, sir.
Is I need to know who you got for this weekend of football.
Well, I was just getting ready to get to that.
There you go.
For you. So first game to Saturday is what again?
Game number 1 of Saturday is Buffalo at Denver, 4:30 up in Mile High.
Well, since Buffalo wants to get to the Super Bowl so bad and they don't have KC to worry about anymore, I'm still going with Denver.
Okay. The second game on Saturday, 49ers at Seattle, up in Seattle.
I like Seattle in that one.
Okay. Sunday, Houston at New England, 3:00 up at Foxborough.
Well, Houston is the darling of the NFL, it seems, this year. So and they got a tenacious defense, as Jamie has broadcasted to the world. So I'm going with Houston.
Okay, Houston. And then the last one, it's a snowball game. It's the Rams at the Bears at Soldier Field at 6:30 on Sunday.
What's the latest weather you've heard?
20 degrees, winds up to 30 plus miles per hour, real feel of negative 13 degrees.
Oh.
Get your heated blankets and weighted blankets and just bundle up and just go.
Both teams are going to be cold, Hadley.
I wonder how many LA fans are going to brave this.
Probably not many.
I don't think LA fans are going to be flying in. I don't think that.
Well, they may fly in, but they're probably gonna elect to stay at the local bar and just go. It's cold.
And what's the point spread?
That one is Rams by 4.5.
What?
Yeah, Rams by 4.5.
What's their seeding?
The Rams were the 1, 2, 3, 4. They were the 5 seed, and the Bears were the 2.
Who was number 1?
The number 1 seed in the NFC were the Seattle Super Chickens.
Okay. All right. Why are you laughing, Jamie?
I'm just listening to you.
You got the chuckles.
Oh, okay.
He's just got the chuckles.
Right. Oh, well, I like Stafford. Watch him just knows if he wins another Super Bowl right at Detroit, saying, see what you did? So you got rid of me, and I won 2 Super Bowls. No, wow. I got to go with Chicago on this one.
Okay, and then the final of the games that we're picking, Hadley, is Monday night, the college football national title. It's Indiana and Miami, and the Hoosiers currently right now are an 8.5-point favorite in that one.
And Miami was number 10 in the playoffs, right?
That is correct.
So and this is the second year for it, the 12-team playoffs. So right now they would be the lowest ranked team ever to win it if they win it.
That is correct, because the one previous was Ohio State when they won it as an 8 seed.
What happened to everybody saying, "Oh, the 9 through 12 teams, they have no chance in the world of winning it"?
Well, they've been proven wrong. They've been proven very wrong, especially when the number 9 and the number 10 teams won. Now the 11 and 12, that was a completely different scenario there. But
Miami.
Miami is what's his face?
Challenge E Boogie on that one. Miami.
I just love the storybook tale about all this and everything else. You know, they're going to build the statue of Signetti after this year, and when he gets out there and wins it all. So I don't know if they'll cover the spread. I don't think they'll cover the spread. I think it's going to be by 7, Indiana.
Get your Signettis out and smoke them, Hadley. Get them Signettis out and smoke them.
I will, and I'll look them up too.
You better Google. Don't you Jeeves? Don't you Yahoo search? You better Google them.
You got to Google him.
No, he does. No, he asked Alexa.
Yeah, well, okay. You know what?
He's an Alexa.
We'll let Alexa do it.
I do ask Alexa for a lot of stuff, and a lot of stuff that she doesn't know. By the way, I changed the voice to a guy now, so now I call Alexa. It's a guy.
It's Alex.
Alex?
Yeah, Alex. No, it's still Alexa. I have to say Alexa, blah 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 blah.
And now Alexa's going to respond back to you.
Wow.
It will respond back, but it's a male voice now.
That's interesting.
Yes. Well, you can change it. I changed it to a male voice.
They don't have the Samuel L. Jackson anymore, do they?
No, and I'm disappointed.
That was so cool. Wasn't that just a Waze thing?
That was an Alexa thing.
Oh, it was.
That was an Alexa thing. You could pay for it.
Yep, and you could get him to say anything you want.
And he would MF you. He would do.
Oh, big time.
That don't shock me,
Jamie. Just don't have anybody over at your house that's sensitive to
exactly.
Oh no, my virgin ears.
Because he would say you could ask him anything and he'd give you his opinion on it. Unfortunately they dropped it. I think they got too many complaints from people saying, "Oh no, we can't do this." So I don't know. Jamie, how much is the jackpot tonight? It's a Powerball, right?
It is $225 million.
Okay. So you didn't even come close when it hit the billion mark, huh?
No, bro. You know what I won? I won $20.
Man, that's $20 more than I would have won.
I won $20 and I reinvested. That's called reinvesting.
You played it again.
I did.
He doubled up and he lost that all.
Exactly.
Sorry, CJ. You're gonna have to.
It happens.
Sorry, CJ. You're gonna have to work at the factory now. Sorry, no college fun.
All right, Ms. Man, as we know, we got a big hockey series this weekend. We haven't heard any word about our goalie, have we?
So we did get word. We did get word early on in the week that it is not a season-ending injury,
that's good.
The game plan, though, from what it sounded like from Coach Naranjo, is that they're going to let him recover as much as he can and hope to get him back by the Big Ten tournament itself, which isn't until I believe in the beginning of March. So we've got a little bit of time to work on that, but it is looking like that tonight we'll have Stephen Peck starting between the pipes for the Wolverines, and we'll see if he gets the nod tomorrow night as well.
You think we'll ever hear any word from the Big Ten about this, about Michigan reporting it and whatever?
Probably not.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
Bad.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
Yeah, if anything, they might put in a tweet or in a press release, but that's about it. It's not going to make major headlines if that's the case.
Well, and of course we got Michigan basketball tomorrow. Jamie, they should win by 20.
Okay.
Oregon sucks.
Okay. That's what happens to you. You get too confident. Don't be saying Oregon sucks. Oregon's playing at home. Oregon's playing at home.
I know, but they're not very good. They've only won one Big Ten game.
I don't care.
One more than Penn State, and we struggle with Penn State.
Exactly. Tell them, Miz.
Do you think Penn State will win a Big Ten game this year in basketball?
I think they will. They've got to play Rutgers at some point. Rutgers is no better than them either. So that just tells you.
All right, one last thing, Miz. Are you running the 1s and 2s for the women's basketball game on Monday?
I certainly am.
Oh, well, there goes your day off.
Well, I mean, I was going to be in anyway, so there's that.
Oh. Well, enjoy this great weekend, guys. Hope you. Oh, it's probably just as cold up there as it is down here.
Yeah, it's gonna be. It's cold. It may be colder here than where you are.
It's cold in the deep.
Oh, also, did you happen to get Larry's pick for that game Monday?
Not yet.
No, I fear we let him.
Larry's
his
doing something with his family.
Yeah,
and friends.
No, I know, but I thought maybe you'd try to get it before he left. So, but I'm sure he's got Indiana probably.
I'd imagine so. Keep it in the Big Ten.
All right, we'll talk to you Tuesday.
Thanks. Talk to you later. We're going to go to a break, and then when we come back, Philly E will finish up with you. You're listening to the M Zone on the Big 1050.
This is the M Zone.
And welcome back to the M Zone. Jamie Morris, Matt the Hitman Missler, best guy in the Bizzler. And you know what? You know what? I was looking it up. What other quarterbacks had they forego that season to go that top pick. Peyton Manning is one. He remember he returned back in 97. He could have came out in 97, but he came out in 98 and was the number one pick. He could have went to the Jets. Be careful of that. See, nobody wants to go to the Jets, Miz. I told you about that. Matt Leinart is another one that returned back to USC. He was the number 10 pick in 2006. Could have been the number one pick overall. He won the Heisman Trophy in 2005. So he lost money on that deal. Another guy is, and people aren't going to remember this name maybe, Sam Bradford. He was the number one pick overall in 2010, but he could have not come back in 2009, would have been the number one pick again. So, I mean, there's proof of guys missing out and then coming back and still doing quite well. So, all right, 734-998-1050, 734-998-1050. What's up, Philly E?
Well, there's nothing in the National Football League that would have offered Leinart another year at USC as the team of the city, hanging out with Jessica Simpson, being the man of the town, because they didn't even have a pro team. And the fact that they had a magic carpet ride right up until they ate the rat poison and lost to Texas, it was a magic carpet ride. So,
come on, man. He could have got to the league.
1 to 10 to live that year. I would love to be, if I die, I want to come back as Matt Leinart his senior year and have that year.
See, he still would have been a celebrated Heisman Trophy winner, though. He still would have been celebrated. He would have been the toast of the town. I don't know who would have drafted him.
Well, clearly, the zenith of his career was at USC and not in the National Football League, and he would have lost out on that.
Yes, I know, but I'm just saying.
I want Miz to look this up because I think I'm right on this.
What?
Darnold was unbelievable. He beat Penn State in the Rose Bowl. He would have been the number one pick. Didn't he come back?
Yeah, he came back for another. No, he came back. You're right. He came back because he thought they would be better. He would win a national championship and all of that. Remember?
Well, here's the best part about it. The best part about it is he came back and was still drafted by the friggin' Jets.
Exactly. Still got away from the Jets. I mean, still, he didn't get away. He still got him. The Jets got him. Look, there are teams that you'd want to be drafted by. You know that. Most quarterbacks don't care where they go. I mean, Cam Newton, number one pick. He went straight to the Carolina Panthers. Think about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, Carolina wasn't good. Carolina wasn't good either.
Your guest who was talking about the guys that go to the Jets, it is funny that Favre and the Creep went from Green Bay to the Jets, fell on their face, went to another organization and did okay. And they were both like, geriatrics. It's unmistakable, right?
Nobody wants to go to the Jets. I told you. Woody's got to sell this team. He's got to sell the team. He'll make a lot of money. He will make a lot of money. It's the Jets.
Oh, and the rumor is Orlovsky will only take the OC job if Mina Kimes is his QB coach. Did you hear that rumor?
What? Really?
No, obviously I'm being a white.
Everybody loves Mina Kimes. I'm telling you the truth. Everybody loves Mina Kimes.
I'm not one of those people, okay? I'm just going to let you know.
Dude, I'm just letting you know. Everybody loved him some Mina Kimes.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, the only person on that station I listen to is Lou Riddick. That is it. Riddick is the real deal. The rest of them were a bunch of clowns. Anyway.
Wow.
Yeah, no, they're clowns. Anyway.
Okay.
What was I going to say? First things first, we are going to get to. Yeah, let's just go to the Bears-Rams.
Sure.
First of all, last year the weather was a concern, yet the Rams, the Eagles were hanging by a thread in a freaking snowstorm.
Right.
So, let's not be too concerned for the Rams about the weather because we're only a year removed from.
I'm not worried about
game.
the weather. I'm not worried about the weather. I get it. I believe what you believe. I agree with
a much
you.
Better team, no less. The Eagles were clearly the Eagles were a better team last year.
Well, they were a better team last year because they were intact. I want to say they had their whole offensive line intact. They had the quarterback running the ball. They had the running back running the ball, being able to run the ball, and the defense was a whole lot better.
After that miracle win, I think that's where they top out this year. I really do. I don't think their defense is good enough. I like the Rams in this game. I think we're going to see our boy Blake badass. How about that, right? And as much as I think McVay's excellent, I got to say they don't always look. And your guest touched on it. They haven't been playing well. And if you remember when they blew that 14-0 lead, I text you and I said,
yeah,
are they interested in winning this game? Because they didn't look like they wanted. It was like, okay, let's just shut it down. We should win this game. They didn't play well. And I saw that a home loss against San Francisco. They blew a huge lead at Seattle, huge leads at Philly here. So, I mean, they do things that you're like, McVay's an excellent coach. Why does these things happen? So, but that being said, I still think the Rams are going to win, but they got to stop. They got to stop with the Stafford throwing 40 times because clearly he was rattled last week, and they kept dialing up pass plays. It's like, yo, can you help this guy out a little bit? Like, run the ball. Jeez. Anyway, and apparently Ben Johnson not only has a beef with Matt LaFraud, but he apparently called out McVay too, talking about nepotism and stuff like that. So again, I still that handshake was just, come on, dude. Like, what are you doing?
Well, you didn't like that, huh? You didn't like what Ben Johnson did?
Because there was no reason for it. Because I don't hear Matt LaFraud saying anything. It's like, dude, what are you doing? Like this, it's not like this dude keeps firing back. I get it. You want to create a rivalry to permeate throughout the culture of your building. But Vermeil used to hold the Cowboys as the standard, right? It was the standard. The Cowboys, Landry. But it was never, ever toxic. It was out of respect and competition.
Right.
It didn't have to get ugly like what Ben Johnson's turning this into.
Ben Johnson wants to be relevant, and he's using this tactic as being relevant. You know that.
Well, you can be relevant just by winning a frigging game.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Let's do the talking,
I mean, Aaron Rodgers didn't have to say, I own the Packers, remember? I own the Bears. The Bears are mine. I own the Bears. Remember that when he was, I can't lose to them, right?
Well, he's a creep, so we all know that.
I'm just saying, though.
Oh, and in terms of Monday night, I can't wait. I love this. Like I said, this is the greatest story in the history of college football. It's the greatest coaching job.
Well, the greatest win goes to if Miami wins, that's the greatest win of that culminates. They're back, and they're back for good.
Oh, clearly, I think they are now. I think they are now. This, it took them a while. They spend money; they're not afraid to spend it, and they're in the ACC, and they'll continue to thrive. But in terms of the whole Fernando Mendoza, the only Fernandos I knew, there's only like three. There's Fernando from Scarface, who took Tony's sister into the bathroom.
Right.
There's my favorite race car driver, Fernando Alonso. And, of course, the most famous Fernando is Fernando Valenzuela, right? I mean, there's not a whole – certainly you wouldn't think of a quarterback, right? And when you hear Mendoza, what do you think of? You think of the Mendoza line. You think of Mario Mendoza, who couldn't hit his weight back in the late 70s. So, those names, Fernando Mendoza, are famous for other people in other sports, but that kid is here to set the mark. And as much as I hate to say it, I painted Michigan 2023 as the greatest team in Big Ten history. Well, boys, I hate to say it, but this could get eclipsed. It could get eclipsed by these guys if they finish the deal and go 16-0.
No, you're right. No, I agree.
And they deserve every accolade. And again, they didn't run out and buy a Caleb Downs and a Judkins. They're bringing dudes. Dudes in like, again, Mario or Fernando Mendoza, like from Cal. Come on. It's like, give me a break. They're just bringing these dudes in. JMU, they find guys.
Wink got an interview. Wink got a defensive coordinator interview with the Jets.
Wait,
Wink.
Oh, Wink Martindale.
Yes.
Wink.
I didn't say we. I was saying Wink.
Yeah, so maybe he's back in the game. But anyway, so here's how I look at it. And I said this on Miz's show a few Sundays ago. The thing that really burns my ass. Well, first of all, there's going to be no rat poison because ESPN's been sleeping on this team all year. They really have. And I said to Miz and his crew on a few Sundays ago, the thing that really burns my ass about all this is Northwestern in 1995. They avoided Ohio State and with a little help of Tim Biakapatuka, they went to a Rose Bowl and lost to a mid-USC team, not even a good one. And yet that team, freaking national news couldn't shut up about Northwestern for I don't know how many weeks leading up to the Rose Bowl. They got 10 times the amount of pub than this Indiana team did. So it's a couple things. A, obviously ESPN, who basically forms the national narrative in sports, they slept them on here because they're not SEC.
Right.
It wasn't their interest. But like I said the other day, there's going to be no rat poison. So I think that bodes well. They're going to be able to protect the quarterback because Ole Miss was able to protect the quarterback. So I just think that if Miami has in their losses, they've had penalties, they had turnovers. If somebody has a better chance of playing their A game, I think it's Cignetti, because like I said, out of the 8 teams that had to bye in the last 2 years, his team not only showed up, they just beat everybody down. So that means they're always playing at peak efficiency for the most part, and I don't see why all of a sudden that's going to change Monday night. And I said before, if that score gets into the 30s, it bodes well for Indiana. If Carson Beck is close to 35 attempts or over, it bodes well for Indiana. So I like Indiana. I am going to go 34-20. That's where I'm going to go with that. 34-20 IU, and they're going to go down as the greatest team in the history of the Big Ten. And in terms of the Texans, absolutely love their defense and their quarterback. Nico's a huge loss, but I'm going to go with the Texans, man. I think because New England is the new kid on the block, I think they're going to suffer the same fate as Jacksonville. That's how I'm looking at that.
Wow.
Buffalo, it's the Josh and Cook show. I don't think it's enough. It's funny, like the 3 teams that I really like in the AFC, it's Denver, Seattle, and the Texans, and they all have lights out defenses. It's not even so much about the quarterbacks. And I think it's very unfair to hold Josh to, if they don't win it this year, then forget. No, this is not a 14-3 team that has home field throughout. This is a team that's going to have to go on the road 3 times. They're not a great team. So if you're going to hold the guys' feet to the fire, it's not going to be this year, ladies and gentlemen. This is just not a really good team. And if he does go to a Super Bowl, it speaks volumes about him. So he's got everything to gain and nothing to lose. That's how I'm looking at it. Granted, there's a lot of people out there who would disagree. I don't know what to tell you. And Seattle, they're going to protect Sam with the defense and the running game. I see them winning as well. So those are going to be my winners. And like I said, I really like these defenses. And of course, Seattle in the NFC, I like their defense as well. And in terms of, you guys were talking about McDaniel.
Yeah.
In Philadelphia.
Yeah.
You know, they could actually use a boost in the passing game. My problem with that is, does Hurts' skill set really, is it really going to mesh with what he wants to do? Because I said before, he's not so much of an anticipatory thrower. And, you know, the thing that really concerned me in a playoff game in year one of his career, he had protected pockets and he was bailing anyway. Now, we were seeing that with Bryce, but Bryce is 18. Bryce is a freshman, a true freshman. This is a grown-ass man that's won a Super Bowl. Why is he bailing in a protected pocket? So there's concerns there. Me personally, I don't care who they get as a coordinator. It's more about personnel. Get back to road grading, get some offensive linemen, crank up that running game, and then you'll get the explosives through the passing game. And it wouldn't hurt if he added a little QB run game in that as well. So that's how I'm looking at it. So
wow,
I think they should just stick with the original formula of what worked. It's just they had some personnel issues this year. And, you know, we said the same thing about the Lions as well. But, guys, this is going to be a really, really entertaining weekend. And the cool thing about it is it's through Monday night, just like last week. And then, you know, after that, we're just going to have some championship games, and then it's going to be a long, cold, hard winter. However, we do have a basketball team and a hockey team to get us through. Anyway, I love you guys. I shall talk to you all tomorrow. You guys have a good weekend, and go Blue.
All right, man. Be good. Have a good one. You won't talk to us tomorrow. You won't talk to us on Monday. We will talk to you on Tuesday, bruh.
Or you can call up Sunday with me.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm sorry, miss.
No,
I
you're
apologize.
good. No, you don't have to apologize for anything. Not a lot of people forget that we have a show on Sunday because our show originally was from 10 to noon, but we got kicked back from 8 to 10. So get to wake up a little more earlier.
So when I'm driving over here, before I go for my walk, I go get my coffee and I come over here and get some water, and then I drive home. You're here?
Yeah, Sunday morning, yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, here you go. E-Boogie even 8 to 10-ish.
He ain't here. He's online.
No, Eric is here.
Is he?
Yeah, Eric always runs the ones and twos.
Okay.
The one that's not here is usually Derek.
Derek, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
he's usually broadcasting from, I always thought, the Peach Mountains, but apparently he's broadcasting from he uses that nice little green screen and broadcasts from Yoast. So hey, good on you, dog.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong at all.
Exactly.
Hey, you want to speed through our picks for
yeah,
this
let's
weekend?
do this. I like it.
All right, let's go through the 5 games of football this weekend, because again, we won't be on Monday to talk about that CFP game, and I know E-Boogie's ready to go ahead and text that message in. So we'll start off with the first game Saturday afternoon at 4:30. Which, by the way, you can hear Westwood One's coverage of these games on our sister station, 1290 WLBY. 4:30, it's Buffalo at Denver from Mile High. Denver, a 1.5-point favorite in this one, Jamie.
I'm actually gonna take you know what? Ed Oliver's back. I'm gonna take Buffalo.
You're gonna circle the wagon?
In a squeaker.
You circling the wagon?
I'm
folks?
circling the wagon.
I'm circling the big D. Denver Broncos. Give me the Broncos to win this one and a little come from behind. I think this, which, by the way, this is apparently an interesting little factoid here that I had no idea about. If Bo Nix wins a playoff game, he will be only the second Denver Bronco draft pick as a quarterback to win a playoff game. You know who the last one was?
John Elway?
Tim Tebow.
Oh, wow. That's
John
true.
Elway was not drafted.
He had that long one. He had that long one.
Yeah,
what do you mean, Tim Tebow? He got traded.
Yeah, Tim Tebow was but John Elway, he was not drafted by the
but he got traded to there.
Yeah, but
Okay.
Tim Tebow is currently the only Denver Bronco draft pick to win a playoff game in Broncos history. I had no idea until yesterday.
Let's ride.
Yeah, let's
Broncos.
ride. Broncos country. Let's ride. 8 o'clock game on Fox, which of course will have Tommy B on that one. 49ers at the Seattle Seahawks. The Birds are 7-point favorites.
And we said that our boy is hurt. Donald's hurt.
Sam Darnold is questionable with an oblique strain.
Okay.
But we also know that George Kittle is out.
Yeah, George Kittle's not playing either. Okay. I'm gonna take the Dirty Birds.
I'm gonna take Seattle in this
to the West.
Too. I think the defense is so stifling up there in Seattle. Give me the Seahawks to win this one. Then we jump to Sunday, the 3:00 game on ESPN and ABC television wise. Again, all games can be heard here in Ann Arbor on 1290 WLWI on Saturday. Sunday, right here on the Big 1050. Houston travels to New England to take on the Patriots. The Pats are a 3-point favorite at home.
You know who I'm taking. I'm taking Texas.
You're going to take the Houston Texans?
I'm taking the Houston Texans.
Even without Nico Collins?
Even without Nico, I think they can get it done. That defense is trifling.
I think both defenses are really good. I think they're both really good. And that's why I'm going to take Houston in this one in a nail-biter. I would take the under. The over-under, by the way, 40.5.
Right.
I'd take the
under. I go under. Yeah, that's right.
And then final NFL game Sunday night on NBC. It's the Rams at the Bears in Chile, Chicago, Illinois. Rams 4.5-point favorite at Soldier Field.
I'm taking the future Hall of Famer, and that would be one Matthew Stafford.
I'm gonna take the Bears in this one actually, and I think a lot of it is based off of how we saw how good Chicago played down the stretch in the second half, specifically in the fourth quarter. If the Bears can find a way to continue a late game playability, I'm going to take the Bears in this one. Bit of an upset, but I'm going to take the Bears win this one. I don't know why. And this ain't no love for Ben Johnson, but I just think that the Bears may have something cooking. So give me the Bears in a very chilly one, but I'll be nice and bundled up in my own bed watching this one too. And then finally, Monday night, the college football playoff game down in Miami Gardens. It is the number 10 ranked Miami Hurricanes against the number 1 ranked Indiana Hoosiers. The Hoosier Daddies are 8.5-point favorites in this one. Jamie Morris, who wins the national title Monday night.
The Big Ten team.
I think we're all in agreement here.
The Big Ten team. I got the Big Ten team in this one. I'm sorry, E-Money. This is not happening. Indiana wins.
He's got Indiana winning, but Miami covers. So
okay, I can go with that. It'll be a tight game. Yeah. They'll get after one another. They're going to get after one another.
I'm going to be honest here. I think Indiana just blows the brakes off of Miami. I think the Miami Magic comes to a close here. Yeah, it's no Orlando Magic. It's the Miami Magic, and it's dead. It's run out of magic points.
Wow.
Give me the Hoosier Daddies to blow out Miami on the road, but they'll be the home team. Make that make sense. Give me IU for a big dubski coming up on Monday night. And, of course, we'll be back here on Tuesday to break it all down with Big Sweet, we all hope. And we hope for everyone to join us on Tuesday when we're all back.
Exactly.
Just want to give some programming notes as well. No not spin on sport, but no sports wrap tonight as the affiliate are covering the black tie event for the Detroit
that's
Auto
right.
Show.
It's Auto Show tonight.
Yep,
that's right.
The black tie events tonight, the charity events tonight. So they're covering that. So we'll get to syndication. But at 7:30, Al Randall will have pregame coverage when Michigan hockey, number 1 in the country, takes on Minnesota up in the Twin Cities for a game tonight. 8 o'clock tomorrow, 7 o'clock. Michigan men's basketball tomorrow, 4 o'clock. And then Monday afternoon, the women's basketball team heads out to Newark, New Jersey to take on undefeated Vanderbilt, a part of the Coretta Scott King Classic up in New Jersey.
Okay, all right. I see it. I see you.
So basically, you don't have to change the dial. Keep it locked here on the Big 1050 WTKA.
Well, that's gonna do it for this week, and we'll see you on the other side on Tuesday.
Yes, sir.
Don't forget, and you've been listening to the M Zone on the Big 1050